Can you hear me? Yeah, but can you hear me? Oh, okay, cool. I say it's no good if you can't hear me. It's not like being back then. Anyhow, I thought that was very interesting, even though I got a whatever the hell I got. What's up, fam? We're gonna go for round two here. So, what you guys want to discuss? Want to discuss jaguars? I pretty much don't know anything about them other than they're good-looking cats. Watch the last half of it. Yeah, that'd be foolish of me. Unless I wanted to end the stream. We don't buy nickel here. It's already been proven that you can't make money on it. They won't allow you to. So there's a good question for you, Nickel. Why should I buy an asset that's already been proven that they won't allow it to go up? And here's a question for everybody in the chat. Why the hell are we putting up with that shit when they won't allow our investments to go up? It's kind of sounds like a rigged game. Oh, you can go back to Tully's, man. She's probably got more stuff going on than I got on. I do know probably we've run into some complications with the jewelry, the earring, nose ring thing. Apparently, in my ignorance, when I first learned of nose rings and earrings 30, 40 years ago, it wasn't a complex thing. Nowadays, they've got different millimeter size things that you stick into your nose and into your earlobe. So they made it more complicated. So people have to buy different things to where they have to spend more money for the same thing, which is typical. So what we're doing is we're only making the clasp part so that way people can attach it to whatever stem they want to that fits their earlobe or nose. It's a weird business. It's gotten real weird. You know what I think's funny? Singing Merry Christmas in German while yelling it. You can scare the hell out of people, especially if they don't understand German. Oh my God, Nickel, are you trying to chase people away? We don't want to see your belly piercing or your nipple piercing. I guess I need to see here. I'm getting the link to pin it. To the chat. There we go. What's up, Mark? What's up, Seth? I got slipped in between Nickel. He had me going when he said he was going to show his nipple ring. I was like, I don't want to see that. It'll come packaged the same way as Nickel's I and my H, the letters. It comes in a box with 2 clear pieces of plastic holding it in space, in its place, and it'll be inside another box. Hold on a second. I'll get you a visual of what it'll look like. Oh, God, I don't know who this could be. Hold on a second here. It'll look like... Let me get rid of... There we go. It'll come in this kind of box right here. Oh, like that. And it'll have your code. It'll have your code on the bottom like this one. And it'll be a round piece in the center. And it'll have this little black thing holding it up so that the plastic kind of squishes it down where it can't move. That's how it'll look.
Did we lose you?
Nope, not me. Did we lose you?
No, I just went quiet for a second. I said, what the heck is that? Independent Manny is here.
Try again. Independent Manny. What's up, guys? I know Indy wants to come up on panel.
Yeah, I showed my gold body piercing jewelry. So I said that went out to Neil, but I guess she didn't watch because I didn't have chat on. So they even mentioned your name. And,
right on. Usually it gets mentioned when people take the trash out.
And go Caitlin Clark. They were great today, man. You should have watched that. It was a great game.
You know I can still boot you, right?
So I got it real fast.
I got this other buddy. He talks about that crap on his show.
Seth was there. He saw it. It was awesome.
Right on.
He was 1 rebound away from a triple-double. No rookie's ever done it. I said, gosh, dang. I said, just go up and miss the daggone shot on purpose. Get the rebound. But she had no clue that she was even close. I mean, in her mind, she only thought she had 6. So
No basketball.
Oh, Lord. Art collector, don't even say that name. I call her Reese's Thesis. It makes if you're a fan of hers, that just ticks them off. I say,
OTG. I would wait until palladium goes down more. It is going to drop. It's not going to go up. It's going to go down more before it goes up. I mean, it might get its bumps and hold where it's at for a little bit, but I anticipate it dropping several $100s per ounce. What do you think about that one, Nickel? What do you think about palladium?
I think you shouldn't buy it till it drops to 700, and it will.
Yeah, exactly.
Platinum now. Platinum now. Now's the time to buy it.
Yeah.
Even if it drops, just buy more.
Exactly. We're going to talk about that ANC that you want to talk about.
ANC, what's that?
That's that South African
party.
Yeah, they actually made concessions with the DA or something. It's a pure pro-business party. They made serious concessions to them and one other party so that they could stay in power. And I did a show on that because the business party, the DA party that they got involved with, that they had to make concessions with to maintain power, is the one that's going to reshape the business of platinum down there in South Africa. And the price of platinum should start rolling up within the next couple of months because they I believe have already taken power down there. I haven't got a breakdown of who's getting what position, but I'm pretty sure the guy I think is going to be head of money. He's going to be the head of money. And platinum will fly. And then they're going to put out a press release saying that they're running low on their platinum vein and they won't be able to do it for much longer. And that's when Clean Air Energy up in Thunder Bay, Canada is going to say, hey, we got a platinum vein. Let us start. And people are going to invest in them. And we're going to start getting platinum from Canada in about 5 years.
Well, of all the metals, and I hear these to the moon, it ain't going to be silver to the moon. I don't think so. Gold, I don't think so. Platinum, it could explode. It could really make a shot at it. Definitely rhodium. And rhodium definitely could go to the moon. But I really think platinum, as far as going to the moon, it's far more likely platinum would do that than gold or silver. But that's just my opinion.
That's my opinion as well. And that's why I pushed it for 2 years plus. Because that's what I think is going to happen. Because it's going to pretty much have to happen. The only thing that'll stop platinum from retaking its historical place of twice gold's price is if they revalue gold into the high 5 figures.
Who banned JK?
What?
I didn't ban JK.
Who's B&E? BOE?
Boy, you know, like the slang.
Oh.
That's something that Kenji would say, by the way. Boy.
Platinum's like 1,000. I can look at Kitco real quick. It's still cheap. Real cheap. Yeah, it's exactly 1,000. Boy, am I good at guessing.
Last I looked, it was 1,003, I think.
Kitco has it at 1,000 right now.
And I could have bid on that platinum bar again. In fact, I still can. That auction ends the 30th. But when you add the fees, the taxes, the shipping, and everything else, it was going to run more than what it's worth right now. And I wanted to get it under it, so I quit bidding. I did bid up to 850.
You can get 2 ounces and 2 tenth ounces for the price of 1 ounce of gold. 2 ounces and two 1/10 ounce platinums for the price of 1 ounce of gold. What's up, Annie? And that's why I tell people, if you like gold, stock up on platinum now, because you'll be able to take, say you get 20 platinum. In 5 or so years, you'll be able to take 10 of those platinum and get 20 gold and still have 10 platinum.
Yeah.
Talk about an increase.
It's a steal. Because most of the years I've been in metals, platinum was around 2,000 or 2,100 most of those years. So it is really undervalued.
Big time. I don't know anything about Bank of America other than I got a bet with, what's his name? Oh, crap. James Anderson. I have a bet with him for one taco. I bet him about a year ago that Bank of America would be the first big bank to go down, and he said that Chase Manhattan would be the first one, and we bet a taco on it because I didn't want money involved.
I always thought that big German bank begins with a D.
Deutsche Bank.
Yeah, I've always heard it would be the first big boy to go down.
Yeah, no. I'm talking. We were talking. We made the bet about American companies, the big 4 American companies, big banks in America. Historically, right now, it would probably be about close to $5,000 if it maintained its historic average over gold. And the only time it hasn't held its historic average is for the past 14 years.
And remember this: if Trump gets elected, and I'm telling you, folks, I'm just going by past history. Silver's going to go down, gold is going to go down, platinum, it will not affect platinum. Platinum will most likely go up with Trump. So I'm just saying, and maybe palladium too. I mean, it may reverse course and start to come back up.
No, the car industries are now buying it heavily for the catalytic converters going with their 10-year deal. The palladium companies are finally working their end of their contract, which means palladium is lower than platinum. So palladium will continue to go down because there's a it's contracted too, basically. Yeah, I know it's fucked up, but that's business.
Matter of fact, if Trump gets elected, I think the metal to be in is probably platinum.
Platinum, For the win, baby. It is what the future of metals will be, is platinum. They've got a paint they're working on right now, and it's a solar paint. And it's going to be out. You'll be able to paint your car, you'll be able to paint your house and have it solar. And you know what it doesn't use? It doesn't use silver. What's up, Joseph? So new tech
you still have,
coming
like you
out
said, are you
for,
still
for
here? I
solar. It doesn't use
I think we
silver.
lost him.
Who?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
You put it on Art Collector, which by the way, I haven't seen any of my stuff lately or posted on my videos when they're done. I don't know for sure Gavin Newsom will be the next president. He has some things going for him. I can see you, I can't hear you.
That's on your end then,
I'm
Nicole.
not sure about Newsom. I think there's some things he brings that helps him, and I think there's some things he has that hurts him.
Right on, Joseph. Thank you.
And with Kennedy out there, it ain't gonna be no easy win for a Democrat, even if they cheat.
Lay off
It ain't
my
gonna be
staff.
easy because you got Kennedy taking a lot of votes away from him. I still think Trump prevails, but I think Newsom would make it closer.
Yeah, the only thing is that they're going to have to make concessions to Kennedy if
OTG,
if Biden's not
I
going to
think
take
some
it.
things is out of their control. And when you got Kennedy running and they didn't kill him and they didn't take him out, I think he could definitely take enough votes away that Trump could get it.
No, we did not. I did not watch it, Art
You know.
Collector.
So, and let me tell you, it's going to be hard setting up all these anti-Trump facilities during the election when most states are going to win. Hell, they have nothing set up there. You know, they're ready in Wisconsin. They're ready to add votes in Michigan. They're ready to add votes in Pennsylvania. They're ready in Arizona. But they're not ready in these other states now that Trump has now gone into the lead on. It's going to be very hard to cheat this time. And even if you cheat, it keep Trump out of there. It's going to be very hard to do. You talking to me? Did I watch Jim Rickards? I watch him sometimes. I think sometimes he's full of crap. And I think other times he's kind of right on the money. But he's deep state. Jim Rickards is deep state. You know, he's worked for the deep state. He's been paid by the deep state. I consider him deep
It's
state.
all good.
So I don't know what I can believe and what I can't believe what he says.
Yeah, I keep off politics and I don't know anything about basketball.
Bitcoin. Unless you got Bitcoin when it was first starting, I don't think it's any good.
Nickel, you need to get your computer audio fixed.
What happened to Neil?
Everyone can hear me.
Luckily, I can do enough lives. I can carry him until he gets back in here.
Yeah, I'm here, Nickel. Everyone can hear me. They just can't hear you. You can't hear me. Excuse me. Someone in chat tell him, "Hey, what's up, Mike?"
Is he talking? Because I can't hear him.
Tell him it's on his end, not my end, because I can't tell him. He can't hear me. Should I boot him and get him back in?
I can't hear him. I must be talking over him because I can't hear him. What in the heck's wrong with this? Okay, I'm asking a question in chat. Can you hear Neil? Because I can't. And he doesn't have me on mute.
I hope he can read that, Art. It's definitely on his end because I can hear him, and you guys say you can hear both of us, but he can't hear me, so it's got to be his computer.
Oh, it sounds like that, Annie. Maybe I ought to go out and come in.
How about? Oh man, I'd love to boot him. Tell him I'm going to boot him. That's just weird. Because.
Wait a minute.
I'll boot him. Let me boot him. Everyone, type 1 if you want me to boot him, and so he can come back. Let's have fun with Nickel.
Okay, say something, Neil.
Say something, Neil. Neil, something say. It is your end.
Okay, I'm gonna come out and come back in.
Damn, that takes away my fun. OTG. There we go. There you go. Boot him. I timed out 79 on Long Live Coins show yesterday or earlier today. No, it was yesterday. She was chatting, talking crap, saying, "Go ahead and boot me." So I timed her out for 10 seconds. Can you hear me now? Have you fallen and you can't get up?
Now say something.
Have you fallen and can't get up?
I can't hear him.
Do you
All
like
right,
pearl
let me go off.
necklaces?
Go completely out. Come completely
See, now right
in.
now for him, his audio's kicking out on me. It's like I was hearing every third
Where's
syllable,
the
not
big
even
dude
every
thing?
third word.
I'm back.
Dag nabbit, Nickel, what did you do, son? Yes, man said you should have seen it. There was a couple people in chat that were just rolling. I think Tiger Stacker was there and Happy Tiger was there, and I think Ellie was there or Elle was there. And yeah, I timed out 79. She came back. She says, "Do it again." So I did it again. I was having fun with her. Hold on, he's back up again. Let's see here.
We go back in.
Can you hear me now?
All right.
You need to fix the computer on your end. You hit a button or something, Nickel. When was that, Joseph? OTG.
All right. I'm trying to get back. Hold
on. Nickel's catching hell. Hey, got practice. I bet he hit F9 or something like that. Whatever F9 is.
Believe that.
Yeah, now his microphone sounds like it's in and out. Rocky and my stream.
Okay, I'm back here. You hear me?
Yeah, but if you can't hear me, it doesn't help. Yeah, I know, Joseph. That's why I told her to marry him. Yeah, for real. Meow. My kitty cats. Rocky is a stacker. He's got a YouTube channel. Well, shit. Yeah, everyone should subscribe to him. It's not going to work again.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. That's good. Okay. We can sell phones now. You know the phone? Do you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I told you it was on your end.
I don't understand what happened. Now you stop talking. I haven't heard. I can't hear you now.
That's because I wasn't saying anything. I was reading chat.
Okay.
Seth and a couple other people were in there when I was fucking with 79. I timed her out a few times the other night on Long Live Coins channel.
Oh, you have Death Wish then.
It was fun.
My mic's always too loud. Art Collector. I think me and Art Collector was discussing something, and I had to leave and come back. Oh, he said the election will be fixed. I think they'll try. I mean, I think they're going to try in certain states. I just don't think they can do it enough widespread to stop Trump from winning now.
I don't know if that's a good deal or not, try again. Actually, off the top of my head, Finn, I don't have any jokes. Oh, no, yeah, I do. I got one. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get run over by a truck.
No, he crossed the road to get to the idiot's house. Knock, knock.
79 was worried about me. I bet she was.
See it. And when you say knock, knock, the other person's supposed to say who's there, and then you say the chicken. That way, the chicken crossed the street to get to the idiot's house. He knocks on the door, and that's why you go knock, knock.
Let me tell you about 79. If I was drowning in a lake and I said, help, help, she would plug in the electrical cord and throw the other end in. That'd be the help. Well, I threw him a lifeline. Mm-hmm.
Right on. Nah, she'd do you better than that, Nickel. She'd throw you the anchor.
Yeah. Here, catch this. Or she'd jump in and hold my head under. She won't even hold a football for me.
You know, that's why I told her to just go ahead and break down and propose to you. And I'm going to suggest the same thing. Because even though both of you guys have each other blocked for some reason, all you guys talk about is each other. Even though you're blocked, it's like it negates the whole blocking process.
I don't talk about her until someone says, Nickel, 79 says this.
Ignore them.
I'll respond.
Don't
I'll
bite.
go for the trick.
You'll be like a smallmouth bass, a little 2-pounder, and bite every time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, OTG. Just get it over with. There's a lot of sexual built up tension between those two.
Yeah, we'd make Satan babies. 666. You want to know who the Antichrist is? That you'll have it, the firstborn child.
Nah, when you get two people like you moving together, make something great comes up. We'd have like Gandhi or something.
No Gavin, no Michelle, no Mike, Obama, no knock knock. So what are you saying? You're saying Biden, I guess he's saying Biden's going to stay in there until the end.
He has to.
They'll kill him.
Because if he doesn't, it's impossible. It's impossible for him to back out and then to get someone else. Because if he backs out, then Kennedy can go sign up as a Democrat and sue the DMC to allow him to redo his spot in the primary that they kicked him out of. And then that right there, the election's over. And then they'll come to a determination whether they'll let Kennedy back in the ballot, and the whole thing's already done with. They're fucked. They have to stay with the same guy. There's no other option.
Now, can I answer Joseph Lopez's question? How was your day going so far, Nickel? And you know what I got to talk about to answer that question.
No, then you can't answer it.
Yeah. Indiana Fever with the big, huge win. That's right. They're now locked up the 8th spot for the playoffs, and I don't think they're going to relinquish it.
You know how easy it is to push this button? I did it to your girl 79. I'll do it to you. So
do I have a jersey? I do not have a jersey. I do have a shirt with it on there, and it says Clark. What's it say? Dang, I can't remember what it was. The Clark Effect. I got the Clark Effect T-shirt.
There's really not much to say about Platinum. It's going to run its course, and then it's going to take off like a son of a gun. It's a combination of geopolitical and greed. And actually no, it's more geopolitical. Right now, what we're probably trying to do is crush China economically, because if they can't make their contractual orders to build all those hydrogen hybrid engines, then they're in even more financial trouble. And quite frankly, their auto industry is shutting down anyhow, so they're already in financial trouble. So the whole reason for them suppressing the price of platinum was only for us to buy it for such a cheap price. In my opinion. Hopefully it'll fall within the next year or two.
They're asking about your 401k. I never had one, so.
I don't have a 401k. I have a union run annuity that I'm not allowed to touch or do anything with till 6 months after I don't do any work, and then I can pull it out. And I got, I think, 3 more months before I can pull it. It's only about $10,000 because I pull it every chance I get. So I don't like them holding it.
Platinum, yeah, it is. Russia?
Not Poland.
No, not Poland. South Africa and Russia.
And there's 14,000 ounces a year brought in by a placer mine in Montana. But that's minuscule. There's like 6 million ounces a year produced, between 5 and 6. Actually, less than that, because the charts haven't caught up with reality. They've reduced production over the past 2 years by 22%. So if they reduced it and it was 6 million ounces, that'd be 1.3 million less. So there's 4.7 million theoretically will be charted when the numbers come out this year.
I don't know if Poland mines anything. I don't even know what metals in Poland.
There's a lot of things. They got gold, they got silver, they got all kinds of shit there. They got a lot of hills. Anywhere you got hills and mountains, you got minerals.
Now, Kakistan has a bunch of metals.
Pakistan is building a river through their, I think it's Pakistan's building a river through their desert. I did a video on that. And I think, here's something interesting to talk about. You guys can Google this. Well, first, I'm going to ask a question. Anyone here not know the country Libya? Or where it is, or its history? Anyone? Well, it's been a poop hole country because of ISIS. They've been like split the country in two, and they haven't had a unified government in quite some time. Guess what they just discovered in their southern desert region?
Oil.
No, more valuable. Nope, more valuable than gold.
Osmium.
More valuable than oil, more valuable than lithium, more valuable than platinum. You can't have a society, you can't build a society or have cities without it. Nope. The largest freshwater reservoir on the planet is underneath their desert, and they're tapping into it. They can now build cities and provide in the desert and provide them with waters, and they can make a society now for which throughout history they've only been able to occupy the first 5 to 8% of the coastline land, because that's the only area that they've been able to consistently get water to for all kinds of animals, farms, and everything else. But now the central and southern part of Libya, they discovered the largest freshwater reservoir. All they got to do is tap into it with some wells, and they can have all kinds of cities. And that means they're going to have an actual functioning civilization as soon as they start getting that investment. But to get that investment, they have to stabilize as a government. So that means change is coming to Libya, which means investment opportunity. There's no charts on this yet because I don't think anyone's talked about it, but there will be charts soon. As soon as there's no more opportunity at the ground floor level, you'll start getting your charts on that one. But yeah, that's a diamond in a gold mine right there. If you guys are interested in investment opportunities, you need to look into Libya's freshwater reserve that they just discovered, and then do research on history and find out how many cities throughout history have survived without water. And you'll find out why cities are not made in the desert, and then find out, hey, if they have water, can they build a city? And the answer will be yes. And they can also farm and do all kinds of other stuff. So now you see the investment opportunity of building an infrastructure and cities in a country that's I don't know, probably a fifth world country right now. Of course, you got the religious thing to worry about. But if everything works out right, within 5 years, I should have at least, and this is only if things work out right, I should have the rights to do some building and developing on the north coast of Libya, on the Mediterranean, as soon as their government gets stabilized. Especially with the discovery of water, now they've got more incentive to not fight each other, because they can make money off water and not oil, and so they don't have to fight over the oil and the slave trade. They can, and that's another thing, they can get rid of the slave trade because now they have an industry out of the ground, which is water. And water is going to be more expensive than oil here in 10 years per gallon. You'll be paying like $10 a gallon for water and fucking $4 a gallon for gas. So for them to discover the largest freshwater aqueduct on the planet underneath their sand is a gift from God. Those guys, all kinds of civilized stuff should be happening if they run it properly.
Can't we just take seawater and convert it to regular water?
Yeah, and there was actually a new discovery on that. I think MIT did a study to it'll, as soon as the science is confirmed, it's real new science. As soon as it's confirmed and they can figure out a way to industrialize it, they've discovered that the blue light spectrum from the sun at a 45-degree angle has the most evaporative effects on water. And they predict that that's going to change the whole dynamics of saltwater to freshwater, salt sequestration of the salt out of the salt water, make it freshwater, because they'll be able to add blue-colored LED lights at 45-degree angle to the water and be able to enhance natural vaporization of the water through humidity like 10 times faster than not having it, which means they don't have to use as much heat or fuel to heat it. So there's going to be some revolutionary technologies coming in. But right now, desalination plants are very expensive to build and very expensive to maintain and operate, so you have to keep changing the filter systems out. But once they perfect this new technology of the blue light spectrum, helping evaporation, maximizing evaporation at a 45-degree angle to the surface of the water, that you'll get a cheaper desalination plant probably in like 10 or 15 years. But right now, it's not feasible financially. Where else California would have them? We need them.
What's going to happen to Mexico City? I saw Seth say Mexico City's about gone.
Oh my God, Mexico City doesn't really even have a functioning sewer system, dude. I'm surprised like OC Stacker and these other guys who are in Southern California don't complain. I've heard several times of Southern California beaches being closed because of the feces coming from Mexico and lining the shorelines. But they don't talk about that.
Don't they have a big volcano over there?
I think in the south central part, I think they have a volcano. Where was that? I just heard there was a volcano. Oh yeah, there was a new island just created over near Tonga area, around that area of the world where all those islands are. There was a new island just created like a year ago because of volcanic activity, and now it's up to 400 acres. A brand new fucking island on the planet. It's like the birth of a baby.
Seth and OTG are getting into it.
Uh-oh.
Behave, youngins, behave.
Well, they can't time each other out because they're both mods.
Oh Lord, they're really getting into
it. Because I can time people out, and I already had to do that quite a bit today on Ninja's channel. So it's practice.
Is 79 in here? Is 79 in here now?
No, I had to time out 4 people. Wow.
You better give your be kind speech to them because I don't think.
No, I'm removing comments. The next thing I'll do is remove people. If you can't be civil, gentlemen, we are in the 21st century. Democrats, Republicans, Christians, Jews, we should be able to talk civilly in a productive manner. If we can't do that, we should be adult enough not to speak to each other. That's the only advice I will be giving before I start booting people. Because that's why I don't bring in other people's channel talk and what happened on someone else's channel here. Because I don't do that. I don't play that game. That's a psychological game that I don't go down. And there are other games that I don't play either. And that is not having civil conversations. If you have disagreements, that's beautiful. If you discuss them out with civility to where you can try and change a person's opinion through logic and evidence and not through emotion and feeling and react in the same manner. That is civility. Try again. My concern is here in America, because we have such a low count of our military, that I think they might try and give citizenship for service. And if they do that, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Is Independent Minnie still in here?
No, she never stays.
Okay.
My ego's too big for her to stay here too long. She gets squeezed out. That, or I call her Mary one too many times and she leaves. Actually, I haven't called her Mary in a while. I need to start doing that again. Just because it gets to her. And thank you very much.
Jolo.
Thank you very much, OTG. Civility.
Shit. He melted some silver today. Or yesterday. He filmed it.
He's always getting the silver, man. That guy, I tell you what, if you want to learn how to make money, you can watch Nichols' show. But if you really want to make money, watch Chef's show, because he'll show you how to buy that stuff, melt it down, and turn a profit. No offense, Nickel, but I can't do that. And you don't have the smelter.
I don't have to melt. All I gotta do is take mine in. I don't have to have a bar made of it or nothing. I just take it in and get it. I never understood that. Why there they have to melt it to a bar form and then they settle up.
Well, that's it's just different principles of the people bringing it in and their reasonings for doing it. If you have the equipment, why not use it? They probably charge a little bit for it. Because I could see where they would charge or give you less money if they have to smelt it down. It costs money to smelt. So I could see the business reason for smelting it, or melting it down, putting it into a bar form, and getting more capital for your expense and time. But anyhow, everyone should subscribe to Chef Stacker, even though he doesn't smoke as much pot as me. He's still a cool guy. And he's down there with OC and Stacking Surfer and all those guys in SoCal. Gives me hope for Southern California, because without them down there, I think Southern California sucks ass. Other than the $9 billion in gold the government says is in the desert down there, makes me want to get a metal detector. $9 billion in that desert.
What you eating now? Cookies?
No, I'm making some tea, baby.
Oh.
I already had. What did I have? I had a pizza. I bought some salami, some peppered salami, and I ran it through the air fryer to kind of crunch it up, and then I put it on the pizza to add that Italian flavor to it. And then I threw some Parmesan cheese on it, just because I like Parmesan cheese.
I'll tell you what's good. You buy a pizza or make it, salami and barbecue. It's really good, and maybe some onion. You'll throw some onion in, diced up. It's pretty good.
What's up, bro?
Let me see. Anymore? Did I lose them again?
No, I had to get milk in my tea. One thing I like doing, I like
that-
making sausage dogs,
Oh.
and this sounds weird as hell. I like getting barbecue potato chips and adding them to my sausage dogs. I did that as a kid with hot dogs, but I don't eat hot dogs nowadays because I really can't get into. Now I know how they're made. It bothers me, so I don't eat them. But I do eat sausage style hot dogs that are sausage, not hot dog, and I add potato chips to it.
I like chili dogs.
What's probably happening with him, Chef? Joseph Lopez. His chef's probably got his girlfriend driving or typing. I hope.
Okay.
What is V, Ben? Emerald, what's up? Kamala's cool, man. She's one hit over the line. she smoked too much in college. And here, check this out. Here's some numbers. Here's some numbers that'll get you fucking riled up. AOC goes into Congress. She was a bartender or whatever, waitress, whatever. Goes into Congress. Now she's worth $14 million. How's that work? I didn't think Congress paid that much. But I guess it does, obviously, because she's worth that much now. That or she got paid to fuck our country up.
Yeah. That's called voting a certain way and getting paid for it.
Yep.
Got what is this? Art collector. Nickel, do you like Sloppy Joe's?
Sloppy Joe's. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love Sloppy Joe's personally.
Yeah, I like them. I really like these. I got some.
Be nice,
ham-
guys.
I got a hamburger and I got the daggone it elk meat and mixed them together and made hamburgers. They were really good. So I like elk.
I'd like to see us get back into buffalo. That's natural to this country.
And next Sunday, I'll make an announcement. You don't have to put this in the chat, moderators. I don't put pressure on anybody. We will have a live next Sunday at 10 p.m. OTG will be on, and I think Constitutional. I'm pretty sure he can do it.
If Constitutional is going to be there, I'll okay anyone putting stuff in chat about
it. and we're going to talk about guns and Trump and.
In other words, he's going to get a strike and taken off in the first half hour.
No. But they're just going to give their opinions. You know how if you vote for Trump, what might happen, and basically, well, they think any politician's against guns, and I guess in a sense some are. If you're in a district and he gets hammered with some nut with a gun and kills.
And whose show is this?
Huh?
Whose show is this that it's going to happen on?
I'm just making an announcement.
Whose
And
show?
so,
For whose show?
it'll just be mine.
All right. Well, I have a problem with the creator of that show for not inviting me up there because I think I'm better than constitutional talking about politics
Well,
on someone else's show.
I wanted a severe liberal against guns, but constitutional said if I brought somebody like that up, he would
What's
not
up, Helen?
was the woman out of Australia. She's like, man, anti-gun. I could have got her up, but constitutional said no way. So I'm going to have TG and him. And
Oh, okay.
so I'll have to play the devil advocate and say, but guns kill. They hurt. You know.
Well, so do French fries.
After a long period of time eating them, I guarantee it.
Well, if you look at I mean, come on, man. Actually, forks and knives kill more people because they put too much crap in everyone's mouth and they die of heart disease.
Yeah, there's some. I like. I bet you do too. The pie with the lemon pie. I love it. But
oh
man,
yeah, lemon meringue. Lemon meringue.
When it decides to leave,
oh
you
my
know it.
god!
You know it if you know what I mean.
I had cheesecake and then lemon meringue.
The Nickel Show. Art collector put my thing.
Yeah, right on. No, anyone's welcome to put anything that's reasonable and not something that'll get me a strike, or send someone to a hacker site. Go ahead and put stuff down. That's my disclaimer. You guys need to share information with yourselves in the chat as well.
Well, who could I sneak up? Who do you know? He knows her. If he sees, oh, what was her name? She used to come in. I can't think of her name now. Anyway, she's from Australia. So who else could I get that we know in the community that really just does not like guns at all?
Right on, broke. There you go, guys.
Let's get my goat, Thule. You got a goat named Thule?
If she wants to come in here, she knows where the channel's at. I have a unique opinion about guns. I've never really needed one for self-defense, but this city that I live in got so bad about 12 years ago. Someone, actually in my neighborhood here, got real bad. Someone actually gave me a shotgun. So I was like, okay, well, if you're gonna give it to me, that's cool. So I had it cleaned and all this stuff, made sure it worked. And then I got 13 rounds. And I told myself, if I need more than 13 rounds, I needed better training. And what I mean by that is if I can't upgrade my weapon within 13 rounds, I don't need to be shooting it. So it's an encouraging thought process to have. If shit ever hits the fan, if you only have a certain number of rounds, you'll be more precise, more accurate in everything when you use them to be able to upgrade. So you'll be more thoughtful in everything you do, and you'll probably succeed. Because most action without thought, then it doesn't end well.
Art collector, I would rather have all my teeth pulled straight up with no medication and get kicked in the head than move to California.
And after that, we'll see him surfing in Southern Cal. How are your cheeseburgers, OC? And hello. You know what I like? I like the fucking what are they? The plastic bullets. Non-lethal ones. Those things change a person's thought process real fast. Even if they have a real weapon. Shit, frozen paintballs from a paintball gun would really, you know, there we go. Let's not talk about guns, but let's talk about stuff that everyone probably can get their hands on real easy that could be used very effectively in a home defense scenario. And that
Well, I
is,
like to have dynamite myself, but
oh yeah, that's all the big stuff. Everyone, you know, I'd like a Hauser, you know, or an M1 Abrams and a couple F-22s flying overhead. But let's get realistic here. And when you get realistic, you have slingshots and paintballs. And let me tell you what, paintball not frozen won't do that much to you. Paintball
well,
frozen, hitting someone in the head, well, just think David and Goliath. That's all I can say.
well, I'll tell you, a very effective
And
weapon,
they're not confiscatable.
and you might get a strike for this, but
Don't say it then, motherfucker.
uh, a paint, a water gun or any device like that, and put battery acid in it because it won't. It's plastic, so it'll hold it for the most part, and that's a devastating weapon if you spray somebody battery acid, especially in the eyes. That's going to
Clorox.
take care of that scenario.
Clorox. That way you clean at the same time.
When you come to California, got a name on your burger on it. Nickel. You got a nickel burger? I did not know there was a restaurant chain called Nickel Burger.
It's not a chain, it's a burger for nickel. It'll be shaped with the N, the I, the C, the K, the E, and the L. But you gotta go out to California to get it. Indeed, Finn. There's a lot, and this will probably surprise most of you. They're the fourth largest army in the world, consists of most every country out there that's half-assed civilized. The other ones they're not involved with, and that fourth largest standing army is called the SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronisms. They are the guys who recreate knights in shining armor, and their weapons are swords, spears, bows, arrows, knives, daggers, and stuff like that. And together as a group, there are so many of them. They're the fourth largest army in the world. And like I said, medieval weapons. None of them are traceable, trackable. Most of those people are very proficient in the use of them. It's if you study up on the SCA in your local area, you'll find that you actually are in one of 7 kingdoms in America for the SCA, because there's like a couple 100,000 members. Bow, arrow, a lot of silent stuff. So 8-foot tall trebuchets that throw shit, you know, 2 or 3 pound stuff, a couple 100 yards.
There's crossbows, are pretty effective weapon.
Crossbows, yep.
If you miss the first one, then you got a second chance at him because he probably won't know he missed.
Oh no, you hear shit flying by you if it's going fast, brother.
He'll just think it's a bird or something, and then they'll be looking around like, "What was that?" And then, doop, second one right on target. Let's see what else is blowgun. You can put poison on the end of those darts. That's effective.
Yeah, nah, too close.
Throwing knives.
Throwing knives too close. I actually saw a show. You have to be within 5 yards for it to be a throwing knife to be effective, just to hurt someone, and it most likely won't kill them. So you're in a defenseless position after the first throw, and that's at 5 yards. I don't want to be that close.
Potato gun. That hurts. Won't kill them, but sure can break some ribs if you crank it up enough.
That's why I say you move out in the country, get yourself about 100 acres, set yourself up about 8-foot trebuchet, get a lot of ceramic jars, and get dialed in with how much weight you need and what direction and what the target is for your property. So that way, in a moment's notice, you can be out there, set the right weight, put your substance in the little jar, and you're hitting them some bitches from one side of the property to the other.
OC's got jarts.
Lawn darts, yeah.
What's them pit things that the Australians throw? Boomerang.
This is true, Finn. I've seen a couple of competitions on with air guns, and the new advancements in the sniper rifle air gun is decent. You can still see it. It's I hope they don't have a real gun. That's all I can say. Yeah, you'll hurt them real bad, and if they have a real gun, they're gonna kill you.
He could have one of the metal discs like in the James Bond movie. Remember, was it Goldfinger?
That
They
was
had
the
that
guy, the Oriental guy's hat.
Yeah, that was cool. He took that
Yeah.
head off of that statue.
Yeah, that was cool. But that was back in the day when that shit actually worked. It doesn't work now. That hat design would not fly like that.
It's aluminum. It's aluminum now.
Actually, like I said, they've got, man, the shotgun shells, the different styles of shotgun shells they have nowadays is freaking, it's the most, in my opinion, the most diverse round out there is a shotgun shell.
Oh, you saw the question. OC, look what he's asking.
What's he asking?
Hey, Nickel, did your girls win today? Yeah, I gotta answer that question. You better believe it. There's a huge win. That might be the biggest win they had all year. They flocked up the. Right now, they would be locked into the playoffs, so it was huge. Can I tell you about Caitlin Clark?
Go ahead.
Notice I asked first. Caitlin was one rebound away from a triple double. No rookie's ever gotten a triple double. She was one rebound away. One. She had it. She's going to get it before the year's up.
I just want you to know, Nickel, if I was a dick, I would like remove OC's comments. That way you couldn't talk about it.
The Mercury, yeah, they suck. Like, let's just call them the old women's team. They're going to start using crutches. Yeah. He-Man. They got She-Man on the team. You know who She-Man is?
I have no clue, and I'm sure it has something to do with basketball.
Brittany Griner. We're trying to be a man. She knows since she's got most of transitioning done, she cannot dunk the basketball anymore. She cannot dunk it. She, he, it, whatever.
And that's why we don't talk about politics or sports.
Yeah, I know. Russia should have kept her.
Sometimes you just don't keep the trash, you throw it out, bro. I mean, hell, look at South America. They threw out all their trash. It walked across our border.
Angel Reese's Pieces. Hey, you know about Galange of the that leaked all the stuff against Hillary? I understand he's going to get out. He's going to be a free man. He's made a deal. That's what I hear.
Why don't you come up here, Long Live Coins? He's talking about he just sold some more osmium.
No, did you? Oh, so did you show him something? Some more jewelry you made?
Me, no.
Oh. Did you see Space Miner's video last one?
I've seen all of his videos. I saw those guys start the fire, then fight the fire they started.
He put some of that osmium in a watch. You didn't?
No, I saw that. It was on the twister for, I guess. I didn't know they still had them in the newer watches, but what used to be the wind up and time change buttons, he put them on there. Yeah.
And did you notice it right off? You know, was he was in a dark room? I'm going, well, yeah.
I commented he should have used Sparkle 5 because they are small and it's not a noticeable position where you wear a watch,
I knew exactly.
especially it's facing downward as you're walking. So the only time people would see is when you go to lift up your hands, and you'd want like a Sparkle 5, 4 or 5,
I saw it right off.
in my opinion. But it's beautiful. I mean, he's the first one. I hope he gets a deal with that because he said he wanted a deal with that watch company, and hopefully this will get him a deal with that watch company so where he can get something out of it. And I wish him the best.
Well, I saw right off what it was, and I said that's even more spectacular because you basically rent a dark room. I think he was developing photos while he was showing it because it was like dark in there, and
No, I hope that watch company that he had that watch done to, whatever that company's name is, that he's already said he wanted to be promoted by. I hope they see that and contact him because Ian has actually said he got a hold of a large jewelry distributor that's interested in the crystallized osmium and doing something with it. So, it's highly possible that those two circumstances correspond, and that watch company says, "Hey, what that jewelry company's getting into it, and it's new, and this guy came to us, and like I said, hopefully they'll give him a deal, and he'll make some money on it."
well, let's go over his tokens. I think that's what he calls them. Now, how much is osmium? Is it like this? It's just part of it osmium, or is the whole thing? I mean, in other words, is it mostly osmium metal, or is it silver, or what?
I don't know. I would love to have him here to talk about that watch. I do remember seeing a show where he was out putting in the fire lines, and he talked about that watch. I think it started with a P, though, a Pergo watch or something like that.
Well, his little tokens, he's got like 10 of them, and Ian's has
Oh
one.
yeah, those things. Yeah.
How much
I
is
haven't been
that?
able to get in touch with Ian, so I don't know.
How much? You don't know how much osmium that
Nope.
is?
I don't know what probably 3 millimeter, but it could
Well,
be a 4.
but they're about what, the size of a quarter?
What?
The disc.
Inside his coin?
No, the disc itself. What's it exactly
Oh,
made out of?
the disc, the 1 ounce disc. It's probably a $50 size, maybe a little bigger, not nearly as thick. I think it's like 1.75 inches or across.
And it's pretty much all osmium.
100%.
Man, he put the money out to do those things in.
It's like, well, before the price increases, I think it was like 64,000 or something like that.
Holy crap! But he only has to sell one if he prices it right to get his money back, initial investment.
That's already happened, bro. He's back.
He sold all of them. He still got some. I mean, did Ian buy it from him, you think, or did he just let him borrow it to show the company or show the?
He got a lot of stuff on loan and then bought a lot before he turned it back into him when the loan period was over. They're being very, very nice to him because he's the flagship here in America, North America, and he's very good representing them. He had a bad scenario happen up in his area of the woods with that road being knocked out, and now it takes him, instead of a half hour to get to his job, it takes him 2 hours one way. So that's probably why no one's been seeing him here lately, because he's probably driving. Although he does have to go to Vegas, I think in September. If that's in September, that's not now.
That's pretty good. He does good work. It's pretty nice. They're pretty nice items.
Yeah, I can't wait to see other people going to their jewelers and getting stuff done, for which I need to talk to LLC after we end this live stream. If Long Live Coins can hop back there, and of course OC and you, Nick.
Yeah, I want to see what Julie does. I'm still waiting on her. I want to see
some. Yeah, I want to see. And she says she's having issues with jewelers. And I spoke with Ian about that, and he's supposed to have on the website, supposed to get going, and he might be doing all this stuff, and that's why he's busy too. He's got a lot on his plate. He's going to have a list of jewelers that'll work with the stuff, and no questions. That way, people have someone they can contact, even if it's not local. What's up, Homestead? It's even if it's not a local jeweler, you'll be able to hook up with the jeweler and get stuff done, in a relatively quick time period.
I'll
And
ask I'll ask Holmes. Did you see Space Miners? I call it souping it up. He souped up a watch with the osmium.
that's exactly what you're doing.
You got to get some rappers involved. These rappers, they like that shiny, blingy stuff.
No, what needs
That's how
happening?
you're going to sell, brother. Is you got to get them to start wearing it.
I need to get some freaking income coming in because I want to do a minute hand and an hour hand in osmium, but I've got to have it weighted and centered, and that's actually going to be a little chore in and of itself. And then I've got a hole poke through a direct center of it to use it as for a timepiece and have it crystallized osmium minute hand and hour hand. I think that would be badass. And actually, I think Space Miner should do that with that watch that he's got, so that way he can help promote himself and maybe get himself a deal. That would really bling that watch out. But you'd have to take some sort of a computer laser thing to find the exact center of it, because the width, the length, the thickness, and you got to find the exact center weight point of it. Then you'd have to send it off. First, you'd have to have it paid to have it special made. Then you'd have to have it weighed and centered. Then you'd have to have it sent back for them to poke the hole where the center is of the piece. Then you could have it added to your watch and make them hour and minute hand. Crystallized osmium and it not affect your timepiece at all.
So, what's the update on your Colombian Emerald?
Oh, dude, I'm on hold. Yeah, it's a lot more work, dude. I got to get some sort of a drill press because I'm going to have to, like, 15, 20 minutes at least. I'm going to have to hold dead center, and then I'm going to have to find a way to hold the gems still for that long. And it's going to have to be a slow grinding process.
Oh, I got a jeweler's vice.
Huh?
I have a jeweler's vice. That's what you do. You put gemstones in there, and it holds.
Okay.
When you work
Yeah.
on it.
Well, I need a jeweler's vice, and I need to get I need to buy that, and I need to get a drill press that I can stick these bits in, so that way I can set it right up underneath the drill press and just.
When I get to them, and I'm going through stuff,
work it slow.
When I get to them, I'll show all my tools I have, the vice and all the tools I've got that you work on jewelry with.
And what the hell what good is that going to do me?
No, I don't know.
Showing off what you got.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't.
He's great. Are you? Is he in ghost form?
He's under the sheets right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you hear me?
He's hiding from someone. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Am I hooked up?
I don't know.
We just see a gray looking, shadowy looking picture.
Yeah, that's
we can hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, we can. Yeah, we can hear you. Doesn't matter if we see you. That's irrelevant.
Yeah, my one commitment to the wife is that I don't show my face on YouTube. So
right on.
I got a piece of tape over my camera.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah, I can see tape.
Are you on your computer? Because on StreamYard you can go to settings, and since you already got tape over, I've got tape too, and I'll show you just a second here. I go to settings, and I go to virtual background, and I do none, and that's my tape. But then I go into StreamYard's virtual background, and I've uploaded several pictures, and I can change it up, and that's how I do the change up stuff. Is I changed it in StreamYard virtual pictures, but I actually have a piece of tape over my camera.
I had a big weekend. We after 20 some odd years with an Android, I got a new iPad, Mac, and a new iPhone, and so I spent 12 hours. Well, I talked to you, Neil, last night after I left Surface House, but we spent 12 hours just taking all my stuff, my Android that I use for business, and all the things I need to do, and created file folders, and I learned how to get on and get off, because the navigating through an iPhone is insanely different than a Android.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I've had Androids, little computers.
I've this phone I have now is the most expensive phone I've ever had, and it cost $100. And people just keep not believing me that that little square thing that you put up, you're supposed to put your camera on, and it does something digitally, and you can get some information from. My phone doesn't do that, but no one believes me, so I always hand them my phone and say, "Here, make it happen for me," and I'll watch you to make sure I can replicate it. And no one's been able to make it happen on my phone, and that's just doing that. Was that some code, DSC code or something like that, you're supposed to be able to get information from on your phone? My phone doesn't even do that.
Huh.
Yeah, I got about as low tech phone as possible because it was cheap, and so am I.
Huh.
Except
Well, I
when it
got
comes
the
to mails.
I got this computer here and the other one. I think probably both of them less than $100. So I go cheap. I'm cheap.
Hell yeah.
More platinum I can buy.
That's it. Platinum.
So how about LLC? Has he got any jewelry designs out yet?
Yeah, he does, and he's
He ain't
still.
showing nobody, is he?
That's because he's still waiting for him, which is one reason why I want him backstage.
Yeah, well, I think we get delivery. I think Tuesday for well, I should say our jeweler gets everything delivered either Monday or Tuesday, and then he'll be able to mock up. He's already got the tops and how to hold the osmium all down, and he's already designed it all, and he's already made the pieces to hold all of our osmium that we sent to him. So now we just have to provide what type of, for lack of a better term, for the terminology, it's the type of system that it is called labret. So imagine, if you will, they put basically a take a bullet and empty it out, and you have like a tube, and then you have a flat spot in the back that's wider. That's what goes in your nose and then up through your cartilage, and then on the outside you have a hole, and then there's a pin that we fasten the
That's totally different.
yeah,
Okay.
a pin to it. So we've fastened the osmium that we've already made the cradle for, basically the piece that holds the osmium in place, welded or soldered to the stud that goes into that hole. So they press that in, and so they make that for earrings and belly rings and all other kind of stuff. So if your ears and your nose and your belly ring are all the same millimeters, in other words, thickness, then you can take that out and transfer it anywhere you want. So you can get different pieces. You can get round, square, whatever it is that you want to do, octagon, whatever they come up with, or whatever we come up design wise, and they can actually take and move all that stuff around. So just the more I get into this, the more I'm learning, the more options we get. So it's kind of hard to sit here and say, hey, we're going to make one piece of jewelry, and this will be good because we'll sell you. I'm just going to use the most popular size is 8 millimeter, and the only reason I know that is because that's what my daughter just got put in hers, and that's when I interviewed the gentleman that owns the piercing place. But he said some guys will have thicker nose pieces that can go as high as 10 millimeter, and women can go as low as 5 millimeter. So how many sizes in the millimeters do you make, to appease the masses? I think
Don't make any of them. You make one.
Well, I think the smartest way is for us to do what we talked about, Neil, and we're going to make it. We're going to show the different studs. In other words, we can do a white gold, the yellow gold, the platinum, and I think that's the only three choices that we're going to go with. Platinum or palladium is just kind of like out of the ballpark, and nobody wants to work with it. It's hard to solder with, so I think we're going to abandon that idea. If someone wants to do something custom, then we can talk to James directly. We can order it in because the cost goes up threefold when we move that way.
Yeah.
So I think we just design them the way they are, and then if somebody needs to order it, and somebody knows what in other words, if they already have a nose piercing, they'll know what their millimeters are. Then they can just order just the stud, which will be cheaper than us to sell them the whole kit. We can just send that piece, and then they can go straight to their people that pierce them and press them right in.
It has diversity of sales if we do it that way.
Yeah, and then they also make that labret system for ears and bellies as well. So.
Yeah.
So I ordered just the studs that go in the Libret system, and that's what we're waiting for it to get delivered. And then he can just take those pieces and put them right on there. Then as we sell them or do whatever, then we'll be good to go.
Well, we're gonna have good advertisement because I'll actually take my little hoop ring that I have in my ear out that I haven't taken out since age 17, and I'll put a crystallized osmium piece in, and I'll just show my face and pictures so that way people can see the sparkle every time I move around.
There you go.
You know, it's not the face you're looking at, so you know you're not paying for the face. Just discount the ugly and look at the earring. When
There you go.
we can't get a good looking model, you guys got me, so deal with it.
And we're gonna send one of those nose rings to Nickel to model off for us, correct?
I think he fell asleep.
He doesn't have There you go. Nickel, I do like to have fun with you, brother.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for next weekend at 10 o'clock when Constitutional gets on. That'll be a fun one because he really likes fucking with Nickel.
Yeah, so that's 10 o'clock your time, right, Nickel? So 7 for us.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the gun one we're gonna do?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got OTG. I mean, signed up. It's gonna be up now if I can get Constitutional to do it.
Yeah, I saw him. I see him in the chat. I've never heard him on any of the channels, and I'm just learning about him. So hopefully, I can get educated and get to know him better and find out where everybody stands.
OTG, they said it's the easiest way for cats to get in and out of the house, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Look at OTG. Oops, I've been drinking. I may, so other words, he may not. But we will have it one way or the other. I think Sunday. I may have to adjust the time. If OTG doesn't be able to make it, then it'll probably be in Constitutional. I still like to get somebody from the other end, or they're just, man, they think guns are the worst thing in the world. But Constitution doesn't want me to get anybody like that. But I kind of like to go in between the both sides. But
well, it just it cracks me up when people on the other side say that guns kill, and it's kind of funny. I've had a pitchfork in my garage for 20 years. It's never left my house or stabbed anybody. So their argument's pretty weak.
Our collector keeps saying that they're to the more liberal side of guns and views. Well, I do it, our collector, except for Constitutional. And if I spring it on him and sneak somebody in extra, he'll be madder than a hornet. So I can't do it.
Either that or he'll hang up on you.
I imagine the sound of this 911 call would have made national news. Officer, please help. My gun developed legs, jumped out of the car, ran and shot someone on its own.
Yeah.
That's never made national news because it's never happened.
Exactly.
So it's not a gun problem.
And then you have to take the angle. Well, how many people do cars kill every year? Why not make that illegal?
Well, no, you can go that way for sure, but why take away my right because someone decided to do something wrong?
Well, there you go. Now you're making the argument for us on the gun side.
Why? And I don't. Like I said, I was given a shotgun. I haven't owned. I've never purchased one for myself. So, but I do see a need for them. Because out here in California, I actually know a group of people who have them illegally, and they boldly let you know they have them. So there's an intimidation factor that's not talked about. That's encouraging, in my opinion, would encourage someone to actually want to get a gun or a weapon. Excuse me.
Well, when we do coin shows, we're pretty much an open target to any thieves that want to come around. So before I do any coin show, I always talk to security. I always talk to the owner, the guy that's putting it on, and I let them know. And his answer is always the same thing. He goes, "Do you think you're the only one that tells me this every week or whenever I do a coin show?"
Yeah.
90% of the people in this room are packing. I said, "Good."
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I was about to say before you said that, I was about to say if they open carried, how many people do you think would try to steal some, even with a gun, if you were around 100 other people with guns?
Yeah. This is one of the many sucky things about California. You can get a concealed carry, but you can't get open carry.
Yeah, open carry, it's very intimidating, and it's meant to be. It makes you think, hey, I was in, and I have it. Here's a good story for you. And you just heard, I apparently seem to be pro gun, but in the same conversation, 30 some years ago, I was in one of the Carolina, I think it was North Carolina. I'm not quite sure. Ironworker, young kid, ironworker, had to go do laundry. And I was a lot younger, obviously. And, I was an alpha style, anyhow, go do laundry. And my shit comes out of the washer. I just stick it in the dryer. And this guy looked like, he looked like he just crawled out of a back alley dump pit, open carry, walks in, starts doing his laundry. I look at my shit. I look at him. I'm like, it's America. I grab my laundry, even though it's wet. And I went to another laundromat because I didn't feel comfortable with him having the gun, but that was the law. I didn't bitch about it. I just took my wet laundry and I went to another laundromat where, if they, and I don't recall if anyone was carrying in that one, but if you're going to open carry, don't look like, Charles Manson, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And in that case, that's kind of sort of what he looked like. And I was like, yeah, I'll just leave. And, that was that's the way it was handled. There was no issue, no one crying. I just went to another laundromat because it's America. That's what you do. It was my personal feelings. So I made the adjustment. I left, no big deal. What's up, Anti?
There you go.
More people should look at it that way.
Is Chef Stacker in the chat by chance? I can't see it on my.
He was. I don't know if he's still here. He probably had himself
I think
a drink.
he left.
He probably poured himself a drink and started smoking and listening to his music and thinking, looking for more silver to fucking buy, melt down, make some more money off of.
Yeah, he sent me some pictures of his day today. He had a fantastic day. So I was hoping that he would maybe come on or come up. He had a good day.
And everyone ought to check out his channel.
Oh.
Definitely check out Chef Stacker's channel.
So I missed the first part of this because I was cooking and barbecuing.
That's all right, because the first one got canceled. You're on the second one.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and then I just went and just had dinner with the girls. My wife, she belongs to a Bible study group, and all the girls they went down and got a beach house, a Airbnb, so they're all down there hanging out at the beach tonight.
Right on. That's
so
good.
Lone Wolf, taking it easy.
And it sounds like a good night, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, nice and easy.
No offense, but if you're surrounded by estrogen 24/7 most of the time, then just have it not there as a reprieve.
No, it's all good. Well, my girls are here. I cooked them dinner. They put some corn on the cob in the barbecue and put some burgers down. Nice and easy. Had some homemade potato salad and a green salad.
Pull a Tim Toolman Taylor.
There you go. But so I don't know. I didn't hear what's Nichols' position on the gun control. Does he Nickel? Do you have guns, or are you pro gun, or do you not carry?
I think he's in the position to enjoy a gun right now.
Why?
I just didn't know what your position was when it comes to guns. If you own them, if you don't, if you're anti.
No, I own them. I think it's I think it's good. I think you ought to have equal defense compared to someone else, and so that's why I'm for it.
Yeah.
Oh, Chef's back.
And hunting.
OC, Chef's in the chat.
Hey, Chef, why don't you come join the panel here and talk about your day? He might do it on his own channel. I don't know.
He probably will. Like I said, everyone should subscribe to his channel.
There you go. Yeah, he had me a little jelly today, that's for sure.
1,500 rounds. Man, I hope he didn't get too fucking tired or spinny headed after going around 1,500 times.
Yeah, he did more than that today.
Oh, this is funny.
Yeah. Well, hope. Oh, maybe he'll come up. Who knows? There you go, Finn 59. Exactly.
But it's funny to 2 points because there's a gun is not a weapon. It's a gun is the part of a male human anatomy. A weapon is a 45, a 38, an AR, an AK, a 30-06, a 22. That's a weapon. We actually sung cadence about it in the military. This is my weapon. This is my gun. This one's for fighting. This one's for fun.
Yeah, I can put a checkbox next to each one of those.
See you later, Seth.
He's jumping out.
Yeah, he's got to go to bed. Seth, not Seth.
Oh, Seth. Oh, okay, gotcha. Good night.
He's in Iowa. So it's 10:08 there.
And some people work. I don't even know what that 4-letter word means.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it after 3 years of being retired.
I actually am partial to the 22.
Well, I started off my wife and my daughters with the 22s. Started with the Smith & Wesson, revolvers. Then moved it into the 6 Sauers, and now they're all three of them have their carry in the 6 Sauer. What was it? A 280, the Scorpions.
Yeah.
They shoot the 308. That's the one that they're all most accurate with.
Here's a little trivia. Most of you who are into weapons will know. Some of you might not know. A reason to carry a revolver over a semi-auto is circumstantial. If you are going out on a boat or you're going to be, near the water or over a pier or something, you got to consider that a revolver will fire underwater to where a semi-auto will not.
Well, I can honestly say I've never shot underwater.
Well, if you ever have to, if you're around water, you might want to consider not your 9mm semi, but maybe a 357 or something.
Well, I have a 44, a 357, a 38, and 22, all in revolver Smith & Wesson.
And here's another FYI for a tidbit of information. 3 foot of water slows a bullet down to where it'll only feel like a Charlie horse if it hits you. And if you go 4 to 5 foot underwater, it'll barely leave a bruise.
Well, if you ever see them test guns at the police station or in the FBI department, they shoot into a tub of water.
Yeah, that's because it doesn't damage the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
And they also fire at an angle as to where it'll be least resistance when it hits the water to do the least amount of circumstantial damage to that bullet head for ballistic reasons.
I think Chef knows. Did he say that he picked up ammo today?
1,500 rounds. I made fun of him being tired or being dizzy after going around and around 1,500 times.
Yeah, well, today's the last day that you can buy ammo in California before tomorrow when Newsom's new double the tax law goes into effect.
Oh my God, man.
Yep.
Another tax on tax on tax on tax. I don't give a shit. I don't buy them anyhow. So.
Yeah, everybody in California want Newsom to replace Biden. They want to get rid of him.
Hey, Nickel, I wouldn't do that to anybody. Because I'd be doing it back to myself even worse if we did that.
No, he wouldn't. He would, within a week, he would be gone.
They're grooming him for 2028. So
no,
it's going to be Michelle or
neither one of them will get it.
But none of them will be worth the. Maybe they'll get AOC.
By then, I'll have at least 15 votes for president, and my momentum will roll me through to winning.
Yeah, Sal.
Or I'll be real rich, and I'll throw out a few ads that are highly comical, and funny and maybe get a couple million votes.
Yes, Sal thinks it'll be Miss Obama.
No, Mike ain't gonna get it. People are gonna get smart soon and realize, hold on a second, wasn't Bill Clinton famed as by the Black Congressional Congress and others, famed as the first black president, and he was there for 8 years. Then they get Barack Obama, the real first black president, for another 8 years. Okay, that's 16 years. There are only 17% of the population, so it should be 1 in 5, so maybe 1 in every 20 years. That means within 40 years, you should have 2, not within 24 years have 2. They've already been represented. The next one they're going to push is a woman.
Hey, Finn, we're about 1 tax away from having that, to be quite honest with you. You see his comment?
Yeah, and I thought they actually already did tax. Or am I just feeling taxed that I'm taxed? That might be it.
I think I told you in this stream, Neil. I don't remember when I owned my shop and my dealership and my equipment. So when I bought my equipment, I had to pay tax, and then every year I had to pay user tax. So I got taxed every year. I had all the equipment that I had in my shop.
And that's why if you start an LLC or a small company, and then you have like a protection trained dog, and you have him start his own company as an employee, and you pay him, and you show a loss, you can do that legally, and you keep all the money in house, and your dog is well cared for.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and then I think.
And your dog is well cared for.
There's Chef. Yeah.
El Chef.
I think.
And your dog is well cared for.
There's Chef. Yeah.
You need to mute your YouTube.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, brother?
I just got home from a long day. I made it to the Turner's Outdoorsman, a gun store out here at 10 a.m. just so I can beat the traffic, beat the FOMO going on for guns and ammo out here, and because it was very, very crowded this morning and 2 weeks ago when I put the gun on layaway. But got my third firearm, guys. Picked up some ammo as well. I'm loaded. I'm actually sorting everything away right now.
Excellent.
Nice.
And let me see. For some reason, my camera's not working. So let me get the camera working, guys. Give me a sec.
Yeah, not a problem. You ought to see what OC looks like.
I'm sure he did because he was in the chat before he came up. So
yeah, I'm just poking fun.
Hang on, while he's doing that, I'm gonna go grab a bottle of water real quick.
There it is. There we go. Guys, these are 2 bars that I melted. Excuse me. I melted these bars today. 2.7 kilos almost of sterling. These are 3 bars that I've been sitting on that I'm going to cash all this out tomorrow at the jewelry district. That is 5.718 kilos. I'll get about 80 cents per gram here. That's 5,718 grams. So I got a good payday coming to me tomorrow.
Sweetness indeed, my brother.
So I got a good payday coming to me tomorrow. I got this on. Let's see.
Here we go.
Hey, Chef, are you using your phone as your for your camera so you can't show pictures?
Correct.
I was gonna say, show them all the pictures you sent me today. I felt like the bastard redheaded stepchild not being invited.
Oh, I'm using my phone. I can't. Basically, it was like, what I sent pictures of, guys, to OC earlier was my guardhouse boxes, and I'm pretty close on filling the $50 guardhouse box. I need 2 more tubes. My dime box, I need 16 more tubes, so roughly $1,600 there at times 20. My quarter box, it looks like I need half of the box, and that's, I think it was 24 slots, so 24 times 200. What's that? $4,400. There's a lot of money I still need to finish these boxes. So if we're at 4,004, one and 1,600, we're at 600. I need $6,400, guys, to finish my guardhouse boxes. That is a lot of money, and this might help a little bit here when I cash this out tomorrow to get closer to completing.
And then the picture that you sent with all your with your crucible going with all the sterling silver sitting out waiting to go in.
Yeah, that was later in the afternoon. Oh no, yeah, that was a few hours later. I melted the 2.7 kilos of silverware today, guys. These are the two beautiful bars. One obviously a little heavier than the other. This is 1.5. I got really nice color out of this one too, and there's like a little copper spot there, which is really nice. They're very heavy. This is a lot of I've been sitting on this for a month in silverware form. I've been sitting on these 3 bars for the better part of 3 months now, 2 months now. So spot price was a lot lower back then. I should be getting a pretty decent payday tomorrow.
Nice. And then you showed me that barbecue full of deliciousness all over the place.
Oh yeah, my dad was doing his thing. So I appreciate Pops for always stepping behind the grill.
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
that's where I learned it from.
What's that, almost 6 kilos?
5,719. Yep, close to 6.
Nice. Damn.
Yeah, I can't wait to cash them out tomorrow, man. I've been sitting on these for many, many months, so it's extra fiat that has been tied up here that I haven't been able to play with and flip. But I'll get it back tomorrow. So guys, this over here, let's move these bars over. These bars are 3 kilos. I've been sitting on these bars for maybe the better part of 2 to 3 months now. When I turn this in, so this cost me $1,850 for the silverware that used to be. So I think I can cash this out for about $2,400. So what I'm going to do is and Nickel's going to love this. I'm going to trade in. Well, I'm going to cash out these bars for about $2,400. I'm not going to take cash. I'm going to take an ounce of gold because my melter will also pay me in metal. And so which means basically I'm getting an ounce of gold for $1,850, guys, because that's what I paid for this.
That's where I was going. Thank you for such a great explanation, my friend. I was going to try and pull that out of you. I'm glad you just rolled out with it, bro.
Oh, of course. I'm very transparent with you guys. This is what we do. It's what I learned from Shidoshi. So we all learn from each other. These bars, guys, 2.6. I think I'll cash out and get maybe $2,000, maybe a little over 2,000, and I'll keep that cash. There's a coin show this Sunday in Anaheim, and I'm looking to get another $100 face value so I can get closer to finishing those guardhouse boxes by end of year. The goal was by end of summer. So at least the goal has stretched a little bit now.
Economics makes all of us push back some plans.
What was that, Neil?
The economy right now is making all of us push back some plans, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. And
I was supposed to have been with the Maharaja this weekend, but I couldn't afford to go.
Well,
I'm joking.
Well, everything's just so expensive. I mean, man, I love to just stay home and drink whiskey from a bottle that I have here, so I don't have to be out in the streets paying $25 for a cocktail.
Bingo. Bingo. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, so, Chef, you went to Turner's today to go pick up your ammunition and your pew-pew, or?
Kind of. I did go to Turner's to pick up my firearm. Maria picked up her firearm, so we both went in tandem to grab our firearms. While we were there, I picked up 500 rounds of 9mm. She picked up 500 rounds for herself. Then we went to they ran out of ammo 22 LR, which I then wanted. So plan B was to go to Bass and Pro Shop. I called them. They had a whole bunch of ammo. Great. We showed up there. At least 50 people in line ahead of me, guys. No joke, 50 people. So we left. We came back at 5:30, and we barely, 10 minutes later, guys, the line was cut off. So if I showed up 10 minutes later, I'd have been screwed. But from 5:30, let's say 5:40, 5:30, yeah, we didn't get out of there till 7. So it took an hour and a half, and there was maybe 15 people in front of me. So imagine 50 people at 11:30. I mean, I would have been there for 3 or 4 hours, I think, just to buy some freaking ammo. It's safe to say there's a lot of FOMO going around for an 11% tax increase on firearms and ammo. At the end of the day, if you're buying 9mm and 22 LR like I am, 11% tax is pennies to the dollar. I was buying ammo because I was already there.
Yeah. Well, smart move. I went Saturday. It wasn't so bad.
Turner's?
No, we have a shop out here called On Target. It's a shooting range.
Okay.
And they got in a whole pallets of 223, 556, 9mm, and they were just having sales on everything. So you just basically walked in and picked it up right off the pallet and went up to the counter.
Nice.
See, that's-
I wish I could have picked up and walked right out like you did. That's spending so much time. 2 weeks ago, when I went to Turner's to put the firearm on layaway, guys, I spent 3 hours there. So it was just, and I got there at 12 o'clock noon. 3 hours later, I mean, it was bad. Everybody and their moms are at these stores trying to buy arms and ammo right now. It's ridiculous. And for what? I mean, 11%. It does hurt the pocket, guys, but not. I mean, not when you're buying $4 a box for ammo here. I mean, what's 11% here? It's nothing.
Yeah.
It varies by state, man. When and another reason why I'm not concerned, I've been living in California for 30 years, but when I go to Alabama, I do plan on actually buying a few weapons, but the circumstances will be different when I get there, not only with the laws and taxes, but connections. I have a friend, he's a federal weapons dealer. He has a federal weapons dealer's license, so I'll just have him buy me my shit, and I'll get it cheaper than anyone else can because of his license.
There you go.
So I'm not concerned about the stuff where everyone else is. I mean, I might pay a little bit more than if I bought it now, but if I buy shit, I don't even know what weapon I want right now. So I don't even look at them because I know I'm living in California, and I don't want that headache to even try and get a weapon that I'd like, because it's probably illegal to own in California anyhow.
So I think the smartest thing that my local On Target company does is that you join their club. I think it's like $250 to be a member, but they have a wall full of guns. And when I first started getting into guns, I went there and shot the guns, and the ones I thought I really wanted, I did my research on. I went to go use them, and I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with them. But then that's why you pick up different guns and you try, a Sig Sauer or a Smith & Wesson or, whatever suits your fancy. Springfield.
Always watch the slide guard, because I found what bothers me the most is when it clips your freaking thumb knuckle as it's ejecting back and going forward again. Certain weapons, the way I hold my natural grip, some weapons, pistols are made, they'll actually clip my thumb knuckle for my proper fits for as to what you're talking about. When you look for a weapon, a lot of people, you have different hand styles. Yep,
you have different grips and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, my recommendation is always go shoot the gun that I wouldn't just go walk up and say I want that gun. I would want to go shoot it first. Because you might save $50 getting a gun, but if you take it out to the shooting range and you're hitting all around the target except for the center at 25 yards or 20 yards, whatever you decide to use your handgun at, and
definitely.
The gun I wanted, and then I wanted that Glock 19 back when they came out, and I couldn't hit the broadside of the barn. I picked up the Kimber, and I was dead nuts accurate with that thing. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
That's why I don't, like I said, I don't know what type of weapon I want to own, but when I get to Alabama, I'll find out. And that's what I'll get.
Yeah,
because
most shooting ranges will have, if it's a gun club or stuff like that, they'll usually have a wall full of different stuff. That's all current guns that are coming out that they want you to shoot it and buy them from them. So why not let you take it on the range and see if you can hit it, hit anything with it or not.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. I grew up
Yep.
in the Southeast. The way we do is we go to the nearest swamp where no one is. You set up targets, and well, there you go.
OC,
Yes.
will you be in Anaheim Sunday?
I plan on being there. Yes.
What was that gentleman's name that had the 90% at the Van Nuys show? Was that
That's
Kevin or something?
Yep, Kevin.
He was not at the last show.
And
It's the bummer I missed him. What show was the last one? I can't even remember. Oh my gosh.
You and I just did Buena Park, and he was there. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Buena Park, he was there.
You want me
I
to
was
text
looking for him in Van Nuys, but he did not show.
I don't think he does Van Nuys.
Maybe he doesn't. I met someone named Kev there, though. I think it was the brothers, right? And they said they're going up north. There's a show up north in Cali.
Sometimes they do miss some shows. I can text Kevin and find out if he's going to be there and if he'll have Constitutional. If you want me to, I got his number.
I mean, I am looking for 100 face, but I think I think I'll find it there regardless.
Yeah, but we like his pricing though better than everybody else. They might have it, but if they're at 22 or 23, then
yeah, he had great pricing. 2050, that was fantastic.
Yeah, and if I do 100 face, I'll try to grind him down to 20 for you.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Let's go. Or,
I'll see if I can get a dealer-to-dealer discount.
I love that. And then, oh yeah, and I showed you those cool bars. So if you like some of those, bars, let me know. We'll do a trade, man. I'm not attached to those bars, and they'll be cool to nice pieces to sell at the next show you're going to in Long Beach in September.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we got that Eagle deal. Now it's gonna be either Monday or Tuesday with that guy. So, and then I have a deal with Scrooge. So depending on what he's doing, because he said he was going to pull back a little bit and bring more cash, and I said, well, works for me either way. Then I'll just go out and use your bars to go get your Constitutional.
So guys, I picked up 20 Silver Eagles, really beautiful condition 2016s for $30 a pop, so $600 a week ago. Not even a week ago, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday.
I forgot about that.
And they weren't even in my possession for half of a day. My girlfriend Maria, she saw them, she liked them, she took them off my hands. I didn't make a penny off of her. She got 20 Eagles for $30 a pop.
That's fantastic. I did kind of make a smart aleck remark to you though, didn't I?
Here we go.
One of many.
Yeah. I asked him if those were the good quality Chinese
Eagles. Yeah.
Canadian animal name. No,
And the person I bought them from, cool story, guys, and I'll say it really quickly, is a female ex-WNBA player. I think Nickel would love this story because he loves talking about women's basketball. Nickel, this one's for you. So I won't say her name, excuse me, but she played here domestically. She played overseas. A lot of her wealth she used to buy property in Arizona. I don't know if it was like 30 or 50 acres or something like that. She spent about $100,000 on bullion, and as of late, she's in need of cash. She'll sell a little bullion and stuff, and I'm just thankful that she calls me first.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, she's a good friend.
Is Nickel even still with us, or does he have us muted?
I think Nickel fell asleep.
Yeah, that's
I heard it. Yeah, you can tell me in private. I'll tell you if I know her or not.
What's her name? Well, I can't say her name, Nickel.
Not even offline.
Oh, offline, I can say that, of course.
No, there you go.
What's up,
She
bro?
does have a overseas trophy, so she won a championship overseas.
And, when did she retire, Chef?
I would say within the last 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably know who she was.
Actually, you know what? Didn't you bring her one time? Did I meet her at one of the shows?
Yes, you did. The tall,
Yes,
very
yeah.
very nice girly. Yep.
Yeah,
That was her.
I do remember that. I was just going back, going, wait a second. I think he introduced me to her. Yeah,
That is
she
right.
is. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Good memory. Yeah. Shoot.
So after I get done here, I'll hit Kevin up with the text and find out if he's gonna be there next week and if he can get 100 face and what we can do it for. We'll just preset it up for him. That gives him a week to, if he doesn't have it, he can get it, and if he can get it at 20, then we're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good at 21. My girlfriend, she bought 100 face in Van Nuys at 21. I bought $30 face in Van Nuys for 20.50. A different dealer, so I'm glad I got the little discount. That was great. But she's also interested in another $100 face, so we're looking at $200 face right now.
Oh wow. Well, I'll give him a buzz and I'll keep you posted.
Sounds good.
Awesome, brother. Like I said, that your dad does a fine job barbecuing. I'm looking forward to the next time that we can go melt something. Hopefully, I can bring something to the party.
You're always welcome. And there's always plenty of food. Trust, like there's just so much food we don't even eat it all. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's crazy though. Well, that's what I love taking my steaks after the leftover, and I'll make a green salad. I'll just throw the steak inside with a green salad. So good.
Oh, the Italian way. That's how the Italians do it. They have their steak with a little arugula salad, a little lemon
Yep.
vin, and some aged balsamic dressing. That's it.
Yeah, I'll put a little dressing on my greens, and then I'll put the steak in afterwards. I don't like the dressing all over my steaks.
What I like doing with salads, and it makes any salad taste good, in my opinion,
Oh,
is hold on a second here.
that and bacon.
I like to have.
I am
some
switching from my phone to my tablet, guys, so it gets a little crazy. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second to shut this off.
Not a
There
problem.
we go.
But you take honey. And put it,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
take honey and put it in a dish. Add hot water and run all of your
Uh-oh.
greens
Don't
through
hear
that.
anything.
Why don't you hear anything? Your speaker turned on, or your I guess it wouldn't be speaker. Why don't you hear anything?
Well, if he's on his
Now
tablet,
you
you can hit the mic.
You guys hear
button.
me?
we can hear you
Yes.
now.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you now. Technical difficulties. What is it? It's technical.
Well, I'm glad you guys can hear me. Unfortunately, I can't hear you guys from the tablet that I'm using, so I'm just trying to figure it out really quick.
No worries. Oh wait.
I blame Long Live Coins because he didn't come up here.
Figure it out really quick.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't come up.
Thank you, OTG. It's a longboard,
What the heck, man?
and it does look like me, but it's not me.
Yours
But
too short.
I surf longboards, or I used to, fucking years ago, long time ago when the Earth was green.
The chat can hear you. I guess that the chat can hear you that weekend too.
But see, Long Live Coins, I was going to use you in replacement of Ian. So you're actually blowing.
What a weird
the whole
tablet. Maybe I should restart it.
No, I'm trying to shame Long Live Coins into coming up, see if it's working or not.
He says next time.
And I told him I was going to use him as a replacement.
That's sterling silver right there.
There you go. Nice face reveal, by the way.
Face. My face
Yeah.
is on here.
Yeah, it is.
Not.
Yeah, you need to put your camera down more.
It's not.
I like fucking people. Sorry.
That's
No,
right.
I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, I forgot you told me that we might try to get Ian on tonight. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get in touch with him. Neither has Long Live Coins, and I was going to use him to replace Ian, but now I can't even get him. It's like totally the only crystallized osmium representative in the house that's caring to come up and talk about this stuff. It's me. So it's
Yeah.
good that you guys. It's good that you other guys have me, Ian, among the points. I represent. I wish I had a
that's
picture that said represent.
I'll give Ian a call tomorrow because he's holding some of those 007 10-ounce bars for me.
There we go.
Does Nickel have us muted?
Nope.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Nickel is pulling a Joe Biden, man. Leave him alone.
That's gold field, but it is gold. Not a lot, but it is. It's still
Chef's
got,
in the background saying I can melt that down in 3 minutes.
that's got still got the original tag. They paid $18. No, wait a minute, $8 for this years and years ago.
There we go. Much better. I can now hear, and hopefully you guys can hear me now. So on this tablet.
Oh yeah, actually you're kind of loud.
Perfect. Let me lower this a little bit then.
Thank you.
Hey, Chef,
Hey,
did you
Nickel.
get a new camera? Because your picture looks fantastic.
I'm using a tablet, an Android tablet. I'm not using my cell phone. My cell phone's so beat up, guys. The speakers don't work. All this shit. It's so funny. I've been trying to get it fixed for like a month, and I just never make it to the store.
Crazy. Yeah, no, your camera looks good. Your picture looks good.
Anyone want
Thanks.
to cover that question from Chad? Wolfenschlein, Hedgenstaafen, Burgerdorf.
I know. I bet you.
I
he
think
laughs every time everybody attempts that.
That's right up Nichols' alley. That question there. What's gold filled mean?
It is road gold and gold field is real gold, but it's like usually like 1/10 of 10 carats. So you got to do a lot more math on it, but you end up getting about 2 to 3% gold out of it. So you want to accumulate a lot of it before you take it in.
Nico, a question for you. When I was driving, I heard Neil talking about what we, the sterling silver melting and stuff like that, and you said you had some silver that you would churn in and not have to melt. How do you do that? Because my guy down here, the silver has to be melted, and he has to X-ray it for purity before he can ever cash me out. I could never, he wouldn't accept me to just give him a kilo of sterling silverware.
Oh, well, this guy here, they have a machine in the center that they can put each piece through. They'll tell you what percentage is this, what percentage is that, and then they have a portable one, like it's an XRF something or the other, and it's like a radar gun, except they do each one.
It's a radar machine.
Yeah, so
And
they look at
it
each.
gets all the chemicals and gives a
They
percentage.
look at each piece, and then he puts it, the 10 carat here, the 14 carat there, the 18 carat there, and then he weighs it, and then he says so and so. He gives you a price for all of it, and usually, like I said, it's like 90% of the price because it's 100% minus 10% because they take 10%, and that's all we do. It's real simple. I mean, it takes a while if you got a whole bunch of pieces in there. And of course, if you go over and you got gold necklaces, I can tell you can have them separated. And by the time you get there, which is probably only 15, 20 minutes from now, they're all knotted up and turned up and everything else. So you almost got to, when you take your necklaces to do it, you better just put them in a baggie, each individual one, till you get there. Just some advice, because then it gets confusing. And then I said, just break it. I said, just break it to separate them because you're going to melt them anyway. It don't matter.
Yeah, I guess everyone has the different way of doing business. Because 100% out here, my melter, I would not be able to turn in just the silverware, even if he has the radar, like the gun to test it, which a lot of jewelers do out here, and I think those are great pieces of equipment. But he's still not going to take the 925 because he then has to melt it to take it to his refiner and stuff like that. So there's losses when you melt. For example, these bars were all 925 silver, but once they get X-rayed, they're going to come in at like 91%, 91.5%, depending on the mark, right? Like Wallace, the maker, the manufacturer, you'll get better sterling, but this will never X-ray at 925. I mean, the best I've seen is like 9.2. So I'm always losing something. So if I'm taking that loss, it's kind of, you know, a little strange to me why whoever you're turning it into would gladly accept taking that 1 or 2% loss if he's just taking the silverware whole, like you're describing.
Well, they're one of the top 4s. So I mean, in the country. So I guess that's just how they do it. Everybody I know that they've taken is giving them exactly what the value is if it's 925. They've taken spoons and everything over there. So mostly what I take him is gold.
Yeah, well, I can see that with the gold, absolutely.
I keep the silver because I think long term it'll do better. So, and this one here, I can't find a mark, but I'm pretty sure it's sterling. So,
Hey, Chef, have you tried what Chad has asked? He says if you melt it twice, it makes it more pure.
I think if you were to break this down and melt it again, you might actually even lose a little more purity. And I am using borax, guys, to remove impurities, because especially if there's, actually, I can give you guys a pretty cool visual right now. Sorry, let me lower the mic because I'm gonna have to get closer to the tablet. But if you see this piece here, very shiny, very consistent in its color. The top side is a little darker. Of course, this is where the pore is coming from. So there's like a little blood spot there, which is kind of cool. If you notice this bar, and we're going to look at the back ends of both, you see a difference in color here and basically finish.
Yeah.
This one looks a little more milky. This bar had about 500 grams of sterling silver handles, right? So the knives with the stainless steel blades, remove the blade, clean out the handles. The handles always have a little bit of cement left in there or whatever material they're using in. So this bar is going to x-ray, I hope, at around 90 to 91 over this one that's going to be closer to 92. So if I believe if I were to break this down and melt it again, add some borax again, I will probably lose weight in silver, maybe even a little more purity. That's what I believe, though. I could be wrong.
I have no clue. I just like the way they sounded when they clinked together.
Oh, they sound amazing, guys. Listen.
Yeah. I like that.
Heavy, heavy, heavy money.
There's nothing like that sound.
Nico, I saw your video. What was it? Maybe a few days back, a week ago, of you're possibly going to start cashing in on some of your metal.
Yep.
I think that's great. If you ever need help breaking down all your weighted stuff, let the chef know. I'll fly over there in a jiffy. I'll take some PTO and we'll make it happen.
Vampires hate that sound.
There you go, Neil. But that's the belly ring.
There you go.
And I think that's tanzanite.
You know, if you put that, you could easily fit 3 millimeter rounds of crystallized osmium in that bottom hanging parts.
I heard somebody talking about powdered osmium is very hazardous to your health.
It is. It is very hazardous. That's more of its rare out of the ground ore form, because once it touches oxygen, it starts to oxidize and turns into powder, and then they have to do something to it to get it back to a solid state so that you get something like Sal has, and then they take and vaporize it up to 9,000 degrees to get it go to a vapor, and then hit it with a laser to get it crystallized. But yeah, in the powder form, it can irritating to skin and eyes at different variations depending on your own personal.
And somebody it was a channel that I saw this info on YouTube, and this guy had a little vial of powdered osmium, which I was like, oh shoot, I've never seen it like that. It looked like black powder, a little bluish hue to it.
Yeah, yep, that's it. Yeah, I've seen a YouTube show where a guy sent off a piece of osmium in the shape like what Sal has in the metal type form, and they sent it back to him, and when they sent it back to him, they didn't seal up the jar good enough, and it came back to him in powder form.
Yeah, Sal has a bar.
Yeah, yeah, he's got a bar of it. It's got to be coated with something, probably zinc or something.
I got a huge problem here, guys.
Hey, man,
My
if that's too much
jars-
silver for you, I can take it off your hands at no expense. That's what the problem is, bro. I'm here
It's
for
a
you,
different
man. I
kind
have
of
your back.
metal. My problem's a different kind of metal taking up space. Actually, I'm out of my ammo cans are full to the brim.
Oh, great.
Shoot, I need another
That's not
one.
a problem. You know, you stack all kinds of stuff, bro. In about 6 months, 5 months, well, maybe 4 months, they'll probably be 50% more valuable.
Yeah. Hey,
I'll start
Chef.
reselling these bad boys.
That's
Hey,
what I'm
Chef.
talking about, man.
Chef, do you keep your ammunition in the boxes, or do you break them out and just let them lay in the can?
I keep them in the boxes.
Yeah, you'll get way more. I took all mine out. I leave them loose in the can.
Well, actually, I have one can that I mean I don't know if I don't want to show it on Neil's feed and maybe get a strike or something, so I won't show it. But I have one can full of just boxed ammo. The rest is loose. 2 cans loose.
Yeah, when
I
I go
like
to
the
the
look
range,
of both. I like the organization of the packaged, and I like the rusticness of everything that's loose.
I'll give you my reasoning why I keep it all loose. Because if you're in the heat of battle and you grab that can to go, and then you got to open a box and dump it out, and it goes everywhere, it makes no sense. I grab one of my cans and I can open it up. I can grab rounds right then and there and get it going.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you, and that makes perfect sense. But I do have all my clips fully loaded, guys.
I was about to say, I was going to jump into the conversation and say, depending, again, it's all circumstantial to everyone individually, depending on how you're going to view it. If it comes down to a scenario like that, I would have 5 or 6 clips right beside my weapon in my weapons locker to where I wouldn't have to worry about reloading because I wouldn't be running away from my area and I'd stay in that area. So I wouldn't be concerned about grabbing a stack and running. I would just stay here and, hope that I get at least 20 or 30 of them before I go.
No, 100%. All my mags are fully loaded right now.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned that at the end.
I especially have 2 extra extended mags. Those guys are fully loaded too.
That's another reason why I like, and I'm actually really, really leaning to the shotgun, man. The shells they have, the newer shells for those things. Oh my God, they're like little artillery rounds that you shoot straight. They can go inside one or past one wall and like explode like a small grenade as soon as it passes like through a window or a door or past a barrier. There's so many great things about these shotgun shells that they're coming out with. It's just for an urban setting, if you're gonna like stay in a city or a town, you're gonna need something that's made for an urban setting, and shotgun's the best thing out there for urban environments. So they've really advanced the shells and the casings and everything of the shotgun.
So what kind of shells do you have, Neil? Do you have double-aught buck? Do you have slugs?
Hold on a second. Let me go look. They were given to me too, so I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be important to know what you have. Hey, Chef.
Yo.
How many magazines do you have per firearm? Do you have more than like 3, 4, 5 per firearm?
My Glock, I have 3 regular mags, 2 extended. The Walther have 2, and the new Smith & Wesson that I picked up today has 2.
Gotcha.
So I'm actually putting all my ammo away and organizing everything. So I will actually load up the Smith & Wesson and keep the mags loaded, not the firearm itself.
That's dental right there.
Do you keep what was my question I was going to ask you? Do you keep all the magazines loaded all the way loaded or halfway?
All the way, baby.
So what I do is I rotate my magazines. I have about 10 magazines per gun that I have, and I rotate mine out. I keep them half loaded. I keep half of them empty, and I keep the other ones half loaded. because you will lose tension in your springs over time if you keep them fully loaded all the time, because that spring is constantly compressed, and then it'll cause jamming after a while. So my buddy who was in the military taught me that. So I'm just passing off a little bit of information that my friend gave me. So I'm just sharing with you that if you do keep them, to maybe keep them halfway, that way the spring doesn't lose its tension.
That makes sense. I was actually shooting a week ago, so they're loaded as of a couple of days. So I think I go about once a month, so I don't think they're in there that long.
Perfect.
But I consider keeping less in there because of the wear and tear on the spring.
Keep the one that you keep in your firearm fully, and then the ones that are sitting on standby, maybe to keep them half.
Or go to the range more often.
For real.
Yeah. And that gets expensive.
I think I'd like to go to the range more often.
There you go. Well,
That's what I like.
It'll give us something else to do when we next time we get together.
I'm just wow, that guy's racing around in the neighborhood here. I'm just very OCD. I like just the look of having everything full loaded, looking clean, all that stuff.
Oh. What is that?
Yeah, you
Nickel?
just
Fancy fork?
yeah, it's a flattened
It's
fork.
something someone wears like a pendant, but it looks like a hair pick. I don't know, man. I don't know. A pick for a poodle dog or something.
I don't know. Either that, or if you go in for a fork full of shrimp, you might get more with one of those.
Now this is dental, and there's no way you have to test it. This could be platinum. Most likely, it's not. It could be silver, which most likely it is, but it could also be white gold. And you know, that turned out to be white gold. You got some money there, and I got this piece too.
So
Y'all
what is it that you're
look at
selling?
dental.
Are you selling the pieces like that, or are you selling stuff that's already been melted?
No. Only if it's gold. If I test it and it turns out to be gold, yeah, I'll scrap it. But it could be, platinum is in dental, but you don't see it very often. Probably would be one tooth. But yeah, this don't feel like silver, so I don't know what it could be. It could, this is not it's kind of a crapshoot, but it's at least silver. So if you bid as if it's silver, and it turns out to be better, you've hit a home run. But if you get it, at spot or under for silver, you haven't lost.
So what are you doing? Are you putting that stuff on a scale and telling everybody they're getting what 30.2 grams of mystery metal, and you're trying to sell it?
No, I'll test it. I've got acids. I'll acid test it.
Okay, there you go. Okay. I just got my acid. What was it, last week? Just before I saw Chef, I got it in the mail right before I left to the coin show.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah. And
the coin tester thingamajigger, what do you call it? I got one. I paid a lot more than everybody else did for theirs, but it ain't gonna do you no good with jewelry. So you have to go back to the acid test to do that, or get you one of those XRFs. It costs like XRF? 200,000 unless you lease it. People lease them.
Well, I actually just came from the company that we're doing our booth with. It's called Tangible Investments, and they just had to invest in one of those because UK is cracking down on all the people selling gold and silver and stuff online. That if you're selling jewelry, you have to give the exact measurement of how much gold is in your item that you're selling. If it's 10.2 or 9.6 or 18.3, you have to tell them exactly what they're getting for their money. They're really cracking down on them. And all the diamonds have to be, what's that certification that diamonds get?
No clue.
You talking about GIA?
GIA, thank you. Yeah, every one of those has to come with the GIA before they can sell it on the online now.
See, this ring is sterling, but by looking at it, you wouldn't think it. It looks too polished, but it is.
What the fuck?
It is like a pinky ring, I guess, for a man. I don't know why anybody would want to wear it. So it is kind of heavy though. It's solid. Where's my scale? Oh. Oh. pretty solid for its size. Let me see how many grams it's going to be. See, I do everything. I do the silverware, jewelry. 7 grams. That's pretty nice for something that size,
Shoot. Yeah, I got acid test kit to play with jewelry myself, and I love it, man. It's another little hustle aside from flipping the silverware,
It's
buying and selling
6.5.
gold.
I want
Nice.
something grams. I want something other than just rounded to the gram. And I'm gonna try to get me another scale that'll do that. So it'll give me right up. If it's 6.5, 6.4, it'll tell me. Now this is probably go field.
What kind of scale is that, Nickel?
With the Taylor, it gives me pounds, ounces, and grams.
It looks like it's missing a plate.
Yeah, that makes it more accurate. The plate on top of it.
Oh,
You know, I'll tell you, one time I won an auction, and they said it was so and so. I go, all right, I bought it. And mine's more accurate. It was actually like I think 2 grams higher. So I actually got a deal on it. I got it for 2 grams lower than what they said it was.
Was it sterling or what was it?
It might have been gold. I'm not sure. Can't remember what the items. I think it was a gold bracelet.
Well, that's 140. That's $150 swing with 2 grams.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Except when I have stuff in the flea market and they break in and steal. That's the only thing I haven't been lucky with. But I've gotten all that back really with deals, I'd say. But what comes around goes around. When you lose something, you gain something. That's like I've found money and I've lost money. You know, I think it all equals out in the end.
Gotcha. Hey, I'm going to ask you a personal question, so you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But how is your with the economy the way it's going? How is your business doing as far as clients canceling or not having to mow anymore or doing their work? Is that are you doing okay with that, or what's going on with you?
Oh, the lawn service?
Yeah.
It is. It's starting to affect it. There's no doubt. People don't have so get them paid. I had a feeling that their situation changed and they had to either sell the house or move. So yeah, it's definitely starting to affect it. So Biden's economics ain't good for me.
Yeah.
Usually it don't get affected. Like in 2008 through 12, my business actually increased because I had probably the lowest price. Everybody was coming to me because they didn't want to pay the higher price. So that I've actually picked up business during that. But this has just been a disaster.
Yeah, I'm sorry. One of my best friends growing up confided in my wife, and they're not doing good.
Yeah, it's and these people defend him and carry on. I'm going, they're rich or something because it ain't good.
Well, his deal breaking out his Legos. He's gonna start playing with his Legos because he's not talking with us.
No, I'm going through having a good time with my backgrounds, man.
Yes, I saw that, but I didn't know. I'm trying to figure out who's written around.
Nah, I was just listening to you guys, letting you guys chat. I'm pretty much not interested in what you guys talking about, so I just kept letting you go.
All right, back to platinum, everybody.
Let's see. Can y'all date this? It's got the date on it when it was made.
I'm going to say probably in the 20s or 30s.
1776.
Oh, Lord. 1945.
I wasn't too far off.
Y'all be interested to find out what these are. A testing. I'll tell you, it's slick as snot, just like platinum. I don't think I could be
Just
that
don't
lucky.
stick it in your mouth and use it for what it was used for.
What?
Someone else already had it in their mouth.
It is kind of gross, but I'm telling you, in my video I said it's gross as
And
heck.
that guarantees you it's silver.
I feel like it's a Nazi. He goes, you know how they made money during that. And but no, it is possible.
Was that
I would bet
Vegas?
it's silver. But
Of course it is. They ain't gonna stick anything in your mouth, especially if it's older. I guarantee it's silver.
Neil, do you have a Sigma tester?
A what?
No, I'm sorry, Nickel. Do you have a Sigma?
yeah,
Can't I know Nickel and Neil gets hard. Sorry, guys. You can't use your wand to test that.
I don't think you can.
That real skinny, the smallest one should be able to test that. I would imagine.
Well, first I'd have to find it. I don't know what I did with it. I've got the Sigma out, but I don't know what I did with my wand.
Yeah, aren't they in the pocket? Did your Sigma come in a carry-all with all your pockets with all your stuff in it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know where it is either.
What? Oh, the pouch that you carry your Sigma in?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I put it. I'll find it when I go through all this stuff. I'll probably come across it.
Yeah, I'll bet you can test that with that small wand because I use that small wand to test stuff like that. Hey, Chef, did you get your Sigma yet? I couldn't remember if you told me you got one or not.
No Sigma yet.
No, you don't need one. You can just come down for a barbecue and we'll test anything you want tested.
Test my sanity because right now I just have so much ammo. I don't know what to do with it.
Chad, go into buying and selling stuff. That's a very lucrative business. If you stay small, you really make money at it. As soon as you find the niche that's going at the time.
Have you anybody paying attention to the chat at all?
I am.
No, I haven't been. I think you've been asking me questions.
No, pretty much they've been ignoring you, Nickel.
Too funny.
Actually, Chad, with this crystallized osmium thing, look into like what Space Mine are doing and other people are doing with it, and see if you can't, because when you turn a precious metal into a jewelry, you 100 to 500 times its value depending on the piece. So you can easily beat inflation. That way, if you just make one piece a month and only get 100 times, 100% of the value of it when you sell it, you're damn sure beating inflation.
There you go. Mixed coins might want that. Boston Celtics, Clover.
Hey, you know what you need to do, Nickel?
What's that?
You want to piss off Nick?
Yeah, tell Larry Bird's no good.
No, show her you melting that down.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
That again is a good one. Try again. I actually like that way. Cash crops is very lucrative. That's what I'm talking about, Chad.
Anyone no spot price? Actually, I haven't even checked all day with that.
Hold on a second. I'll get on Kitco right now.
Neil said that platinum was right at 1,000. I thought it was a little over.
Nope, it's right at 1,000 as ask and bid is 990. Silver is bid is 2907. Ask 2917.
All right, I need it to get to 2950 by tomorrow morning, afternoon, so I can go melt and get some good cash out of this.
If it doesn't hit 2950,
10 karat gold. That's
was
right.
that nickel?
This watch here is 140 10 karat gold.
Here's a way Everyone here in this chat, hold on, turn down the volume. This is how you can make $300 real fast.
So they're starting to beard up on this peach tree, and the only thing that's not optimal about this situation in terms of recapturing the colony is the.
How much silver do you think you can get for $300? 9 ounces? Just go out there and capture a hive and stick it in a box. Now's the time they're swarming.
And you didn't get stung with doing that?
No.
Great. Hey, Chef, if silver is not $29.50, are you still going to melt? Or
100%, because I bought a lot of this when silver was like at 26, 27, so I'm making a good profit anyways.
Yeah, no matter what.
That's the whole thing about that business. When you buy, not when you melt, but when you buy what the price was as to when you're selling. That's an excellent business. I heard, who's that guy in charge of who runs Majestic Silver? Keith Newmeyer? Is that who runs Majestic Silver?
Yep.
I believe
I
so.
heard him talking, saying that he was going to hold back silver that they mine until the price goes up and then sell it for the exact, I mean, obviously on a larger scale, but the exact same principle as what Chef's doing. Buy it at one price, just hold it till it goes up, do your thing, and sell it, and you actually make extra profit.
Yeah,
It's very,
and
very smart.
it's time to cash in.
And I actually did a video over a year and a half ago. Elon Musk, Bezos, Bill Gates, and one other billionaire all went in on buying a silver mine in Iceland that is no longer on the public listings. It went private. So each one of those guys' companies that requires a lot of silver, the price of silver will no longer affect their companies. And that was kind of, to me, an indicator within a few years, silver would start going higher. Because it's the only good business move to be made off of buying a silver mine is if you plan on using a lot of it and the price going up, and you don't want to pay the price of it going up. So just buy a mine. And that's what those 4 gentlemen did. So the price is definitely going to go up a lot higher.
Pick up a bottle of whiskey, shit.
Hey, Chef, is Maria with us, or are you a little wolfing it tonight?
We just got back from spending the day together. She then goes home, gets a change of clothes, comes back. She'll be back in about an hour or so. And so she's away from me at the moment, but she'll be back shortly.
There you go.
So she just texts me, "Hey, babe, do you want me to grab anything on the way?" And I just, under my breath, said, "Yeah, a bottle of whiskey."
You guys gonna go out to dinner, or do you guys already have dinner already?
Now we got leftover barbecue. It was so good. I'm gonna just heat some of that up and save on some fiat, because even though the income is healthy, I still like to be frugal with my money. So we're gonna just eat leftover barbecue.
Yep, that's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
That is correct, Trey. Again, it's Fortuna Silver Mine.
Your dad cooks corn the same way I do. I soak my corn in the husk for about an hour in water, and I just throw in the barbecue and do it for like 20 minutes.
It's Majestic.
How funny.
You
We went to Big Bear last week, and my dad never cooked corn that way, by the way, but my relatives were with the husk on, so I found it funny that my dad was doing that today.
What did you think about the flavor? Do you like it better that way, or how do you like it?
You know, when corn's in season, it's always good. Right now, the corn is honestly it's the best that you'll get all year. So I don't think it really changes much the flavor. I prefer charred corn kernels, right? Because so if you're just charring the outside, you're not really getting like the charred corn itself. I do love the smokiness you get from charring the husk.
I
prefer
burn mine.
corn.
Yeah, I cook mine on high, and I burn the husk off there so that the husk gets out of the way, so I can get the kernels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they start popping, that's when I pop. That's when I take them off the barbecue. That's when the whole family loves it.
There you go. Fresh popcorn.
Yeah, I love it.
Man, I need like 2 more ammo cans. I think I'm done stacking ammo, guys, because this is becoming a pain in the ass.
Good. At least you have your supply.
What was that, Neil?
Once you finish one stacking, you can concentrate more on the other.
Would you guys like to see a little of my ammo cans?
Sure.
That's 14 karat.
Neil, you cool with that? It's your channel.
Circles right now. There we go.
I don't think you get. I don't think you get in trouble for showing ammo. I think you get in trouble if you show the actual pew pew.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, yeah, and then especially if it's in its sealed container as well. It's like how could they be upset with that?
I show ammo. I haven't gotten in trouble. But the
I
gun,
got-
I don't think you can show
got-
guns.
I got this can, guys, fully loaded, and there's 2 types of ammo in there, Blazer and Fiocchi. So this is, I mean, it's already above the can line here. This is a cool sticker from Silent Silver. So this is very heavy. So this is all 9mm, right? I got all 22 right here, and all this that's definitely not going to fit in there, so I need another can for it. Plus that, and this is 22 here, guys. I love these stingers. These stingers are amazing, high velocity. They're $10 a case. I picked up some stingers a few weeks ago. I got these Aguila today. A little less frames per second, feet per second, but they're $3.99 a box, guys. So these are pretty solid rounds. I got a whole box here of ammo that I picked up in Las Vegas. So it does not have my name attached to it. 500 rounds. I kind of screwed up and I added another like 200 rounds on top of it. So there's probably like 700 rounds of 9mm there. Shoot, I would say easily over 1,500 rounds there. A whole bunch of 22s right there. So yeah, as you can see, guys, I have zero room here. I need another can. And I gave my girlfriend a can a week ago. So now I have to go buy one. But this time I'll buy a larger one like this because she picked up some ammo too, and you know she needs some support. So I gave her a can to put it in, and she's happy with that. So that's
I don't have that much ammo.
I also stacked batteries, guys.
I got a lot of batteries.
In here, there's like a whole bunch of batteries. Let me move that. I got some Ikes. You know, a bunch of packs of batteries in here. It's another box of batteries in there. It's just crazy.
Yep.
And you guys are getting a sneak peek at one of my safes, one of 4. That's where I keep some of my ammo in. Enough show and tell, guys. Thank you guys for allowing me to do that. That was cool. Thank you, Neil.
Not a problem. What was that combination again?
9, never mind. Oh shit.
Chef, you're too funny, brother.
You know, all you guys are funny. We're all funny. I think that's why we all have a good time continuously chatting with each other.
All my cans look like the can on the right because that 500 rounds that was in that can, you can probably put another 500 in there, but the problem is it's bloody heavy as all get out.
Weight.
Yeah, I think the can itself will bust. I don't think it'll hold any more weight.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't buy the plastic ammo box. All mine are the military ones or the steel cans because they can handle the weight.
I'm learning. I'll figure that out soon enough.
Those also the metal cans make good Faraday cages.
Good what?
The metal ammo cans make good Faraday cages.
Oh shit! I'm sure they also make good loaf pans too. Let's make some sound.
You know what a Faraday cage is, right?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it protects electronics during an EMP.
Oh, okay. Now I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's in my generator. So my generator, I have a big bag that goes around it, but inside there I have an extra laptop and extra phones in there that just stay in there.
Yeah, I've got an iPad like thing and an extra cell phone and
Yep.
a whole bunch of other stuff in a MyDaughter bag.
Guys, I'm gonna bail out. I gotta get ready. Maria's on her way. I will be listening from the background. So thank you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed Sunday night. You guys are awesome. And sorry we weren't, or I at least wasn't also paying attention in the chat.
Oh, somebody
you know.
somebody asked about guns on YouTube. Now you can shoot guns on shorts. They're
Oh,
allowed.
I'm subscribed to this old guy who tests out revolvers and weapons and has a shooting range he shoots at. He's actually pretty good. And speaking of 25 to 30 yards with a handgun, this old timer can do it. And he's on YouTube.
That's
I'll check him out. Do you know what channel that is?
Oh man, you're gonna have to give me a second here. Let me go through my subscriptions.
Share the channel on the chat, and I'll catch
Yeah,
it there.
first I gotta find it.
No worries, no worries. I'll find it shortly if you post it. Like I said, I'll be listening. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys be awesome. Stay awesome.
Right on.
Be awesome. Stay awesome.
Thanks for sharing.
Anytime. Oh, it's always fun.
All right, brother. Take care.
Thank you.
This is see you, Chef. This is 10 carat right here, but man, did they bend it up. I'm going, holy crud. They must have got that caught in the machine.
Good grief. So, Nickel, when are you going to start? Have you already started selling your stuff, or you're getting ready? I haven't heard anything about it, so maybe you can clue me in a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm getting it ready. I'm going through the stuff that I'm going to scrap first, and then down the line I'll get to better stuff. And I'll probably try to put up the better stuff up for sale just to see if anybody wants to buy it first. And then as I come towards it, then I'll decide which one goes next. And then I'll probably pretty much sell every week between 400 and 500 every week to the rest of this year and probably into next year. So that'll be about $400 or $500 check every week doing it.
Are you selling scrap at all? Like if I want to get, let's just say I want, I don't know, 100 grams of 14 karat.
I probably could. I mean, we could do that, but silver, I'm not interested. If someone sees silver,
no,
and it's a particular piece they like, I probably would sell it to them for whatever the silver value is. But I'm really not trying to get rid of the silver. The silver I'm going to hang on to.
No,
so the gold, I don't mind gold. Gold is not important to me. Gold is a tool to do other things with, like buy platinum, silver.
Gotcha.
Maybe even rhodium. I'm interested in buying that. I'm not really a gold buyer. I just get lucky every once in a while, or I just want a jewelry box, so I'll get it and see if there's any gold in it. So I get that kind. Of course, if I do, I'm going to get that for about at piece for like 25 cents. So, that's how to go, because it's usually about 100 pieces in a box. I generally pay around. I think I got this last box for $14. All I got to do is find one decently sized piece of gold, and I'm up once I scrap it.
Nice.
So that's what I usually do. And I just think it's time to sell. I think Trump's going to win. I don't see how he couldn't. And then I think that gold is going to go down because I think things will get more stable. Because I do think he will end the war in Ukraine one way or the other. I don't think either side is going to be happy. And I think everybody in Ukraine's side is going to say he favored Russia. But ending it's the most important thing. And bringing stability back. Because the nut we got in there now, anything can happen any day. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to live to the next morning.
If you think he's running the country, you're sorely mistaken. The guy couldn't walk across the stage, and his wife had to escort him off after the thing was done. It was just too many red flags. But Stacking Surfer sent me an article stating that they believe that Biden is going to step down tomorrow.
I know Obama talked with him, but Jill's telling him run. So,
well, he was at a family function today, and they were talking about don't give it up, because if he steps down, then he can't pardon his son, and then you'll see them go after Hunter on all the other stuff that they got lined up for him.
Say it ain't
Well,
so.
I don't think I think that they could use that as a card against him and say, hey, you step down, we call the judge, he'll be a Democrat. He'll say he'll dismiss, or he'll say this or that and the other. It's a done deal. If you stay in the race, your son could go to prison and stay in prison. You know, they got a lot of ways to angle towards him to get him to step down. They've got the 25th Amendment. They can get him on that. They've got him on, and they can send him to Dallas. And he could do the Kennedy shuffle, if you know what I mean. And so you got that option. So
don't tell me they're going to bring back the 20-year curse.
Oh, you mean there will be an investigation in this? You know,
No,
everybody
every
probably
20
knows,
years.
probably half won't care. So
Used to be every 20 years a president got shot.
I'm looking forward to hearing OTG in your channel. I'm sitting here reading his comments.
oh yeah, he pretty much believes you should go into a store and have a shopping cart and go, oh, I'll take that 357, and just go up to the cashier and go right out the door. And so he's really pro guns.
Yeah.
Constitutional is kind of like, yeah, but you can't do that, So he's really pro guns, but he ain't as pro guns as OTG.
Nice. Well, when my daughter was living in Atlanta, we went out there for Thanksgiving, and we went to the sporting goods store, and we walked in, and they didn't have any protection. We were able to walk in, go purchase a shotgun. Their rule was that the guy who sold you the gun had to walk you out to your car and put it in your trunk, and then after that, you're good to go. So I did like that rule.
All I gotta say is everybody has a different set of rules they go by, I guess. Because I'm gonna have none of those issues.
How do you guys feel? Do you guys mind chatting a little bit? Do you think that if something does happen, do you think our government will go after and try to confiscate?
What, weapons?
No, our medals.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
It's a percentage thing, man. Okay, when is the last time the government did that, and how did they go about doing it? Meaning, was it efficient? Did they get it all? Did they actually do anything to make people think they were going to do anything else to them? Back in the day, last night, I knew of about 95% of Americans had gold and silver for them to go after. Now you look at today, what? Maximum 3%? I mean, it would be the best way if they were to do any kind of confiscation. It would be of the vaults, not of the private owner. It would be the big vaults where all of the stuff is stored, because that would be the cheapest way to do it. To go after the individual of 2 to 3% people that have it, it would be way too expensive. It'd be dollars spent to get dimes.
Yeah,
that's why I say because with the government, most occasions you got to look at the economics of it. Unless you really piss some individual off in government, they're not going to waste money unless they want to make a point, and whatever you're doing fits their agenda for making points. Then like Ruby Ridge or something like that, or Waco, where they could have handled it a hell of a lot different, but they chose not to. Other than that type scenario, they're not going to come after you or me or anyone else. They'll go after the vaults where there's tons of it. Back up to army cars, army trucks, load it up and leave. And in one day, they've got tons of gold and silver. They don't have to waste any more time. They probably got 80% of it right there and then.
Yeah. Well, my thought. Go ahead, Neil or Nickel.
They can make trade illegal and then say, here it is. You can no longer, sell it or trade it, and then say, we'll give you by a certain date. We'll give you.
Okay. Now I've got a question for you. Since you said that, if most people are on the mindset of generational wealth, who the fuck cares about them doing that? You weren't going to do anything with it for the next 30 or 40 years anyhow. Why turn it in?
Yeah, rules could change in 10 years.
Exactly.
Actually 4 years every voting cycle.
Exactly. And that's where our government has no stability, and that needs to change.
Well,
And
my
that's
thoughts on that are getting to Nichols' point next week about the firearms. I believe if they're going to go after our metals, that they're going to have to go after our firearms first, because those of us that
and
have
they
a soft,
can't do that.
yeah,
The
I'm not giving
Supreme
myself up without a fight.
the Supreme Court's been giving down ruling after ruling in support of the Second Amendment, like 3 of them this year.
Yeah,
So
but California seems to have their own set of rules.
yeah, that's the great thing about states. You're not supposed to have federal rules. You're supposed to. The feds are there for the Constitution and people's constitutional rights and protecting that. The states are there for everything else. And what we've done, and we don't even realize it, in our lifetime, we've taken away people's state rights and taken away the states' rights and federalized most of this stuff. And that's why people in Washington can run around with these fake agencies and do whatever the hell they want. And that all happened underneath the Obama administration and the creation of Homeland Security, where they took all the intelligence agencies. And you don't know. See, when they create something, that person stays, whoever's president, they stay in charge and in a leadership position of that cabinet that they start until they're dead. They're always informed of it. They always have their fingers in that institution. Trump started a space force. He's always going to have something to do with that. Obama started Homeland Security, where they consolidated all of our intelligence. And you don't do this. No, it's never been done. You don't consolidate all of your intelligence under one building. That gives too much ultimate control to one agency. And that agency was the presidency under Obama. And he did a lot of hanky shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And his fingers are still tied up in that agency and that hanky shit. So that's an issue. There's lots of issues. That's one of them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. Careful. Hey, Zardoz is in the chat.
What's up, Zardos?
Is it Zardos or Zordoz?
Well, I'm
Zardos.
stoned, so I can say it however the hell I want. Just say sorry, I was stoned.
Oh no, I was asking if I was enunciating it properly.
I call him Z's.
But yeah, that's my opinion on this. I think and here's another interesting thing that I'm not sure too many people know. The reason, and I don't even see why people aren't asking this question. Social Security was never supposed to be tapped into, and there was always supposed to be enough money in that fund to where even if it only had 2% interest, it would still, from calculations back in the 70s and 80s, people would be making $6,000 Social Security checks, and they're only getting like $800 to $1,200 now. So if you look back and see what the hell happened to that, you'll find out that in balancing of the budget, Jimmy Carter somehow legally tapped into the Social Security Administration funds, and is now and was then and then currently until now, the Forest Administration is getting paid directly out of the Social Security funds. So the government has intentionally been robbing the Social Security Administration of its funds, because had they not, there would be more money in the Social Security Administration funds than our national debt, and every senior would have a lot of money.
Well,
So
they
this has been
thought,
planned for a long time.
well, you didn't have the advanced cancer treatments and health back then, and people didn't live to be that long. So they just
That don't mean shit about someone taking money out of a fund that they're not supposed to take money out of to deplete it of funds to put people in such a way that they are poorer now because of that decision. That's not what you're supposed to do as president of the United States.
Can you see my eye?
No, I see a ring.
Yeah, it's a
You got to tilt your camera up for me to see your eye.
tiger eye. It moves. The middle moves like a cat.
Moving too fast for me to catch that.
Ow, ow, ow. I think I got a little piece of metal in my finger.
What's up, Silvershire? I think try again. What they're trying the theory of tax to prosperity, and as soon as they figure out it won't work, it'll be too late for most of us. But it'll be a fresh start for other people to come in and take over.
Hey, Silvershire. Happy Sunday to you. Hey, Nickel, did I hear you say you had an elk burger today or sometime over the weekend?
Yep.
Nice. What?
Why the hell did you do that? You should have had a buffalo burger.
Elk, it was good. So
I've never had it.
here's your flag. I think I'll put that separate. Put that over here to put that another. Yeah.
So do you have your first sale set up, Nickel?
Just about. I guess got to mail it and see what they do. See if they really do what they say. Then I'll do a video on it.
There you go.
I don't think. Oh yeah, here it is. Flag. All right, and then these. Here's some Mason stuff. Somebody wanted to said they wanted to see my Mason, so I'm putting that separate. I think they're wanting Mason rings. I don't know how many Mason rings I have. Just stuck myself again.
Don't be getting any blood all over our scrap. Hey, Neil, have you heard from JM Unleashed lately?
He was in my first round of chat, I think. Yeah, he was. I think he was. Yeah, he was earlier today. As a matter of fact, he was in my chat, my first round before it got canceled. He hasn't hopped in this one.
So what happened with that deal? Were you playing some music or something, or was it them or you?
No, I was playing someone else's thing on Silver and how it was created from the universe and all this other shit, and directly just showing someone else's show. But I did show, I gave credit to them, but apparently they still took offense to it, and whatever.
Yeah, bunch of winkers.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. I don't do that because I just know somebody's going to complain about it, and I don't try to play the video inside of a live or anything. I just do sound. I will do sound. I won't do pictures.
I hope this puts it all. It will. Will it? Yes, it did. Okay, there we go. Asked a question. Made a statement. I want to let you know right now, brother. That's the law right there. Oh, I didn't get all of it. Let me go ahead and put the rest of it in there. Possessing firearms violates Second Amendment rights. At least involved. Hold on. Let me get the rest of that statement in there. There we go. And the rest of the statement is, and that is the date that the Supreme Court in Los Angeles passed that down. So you're mistaken. Sorry about that, brother. Things are changing in the favor of
They look like
Americanism or globalism or whatever, nationalism, whatever. It's going away from UN control. And that actually helps us here in the near future if the UN does want to do anything, as you just mentioned, might happen. And it just reiterates to them that what Yamamoto said, you will find a weapon behind every blade of grass if you try to invade America. So that court just held that opinion up last month or 2 months ago. So
my answer is, are you answering OTG's question about Hannah?
Yeah, he said his friend couldn't defend himself if we were invaded.
And with my arsenal, unfortunately, one of mine would probably find its way to the ground with a couple ammo cans next to it. And if he happened to pick them up, then
if things have gone that chaotic, I guarantee you can look and you can look at Ukraine as an example. If things get that bad, the local politicians will be doing more felony theft of actual goods then
Yeah, no,
then
no
what's your
doubt.
friend to be doing? And when
Yeah,
they come to get people, those will be the ones that we got, and not your
and if we're,
friend.
like you said, if we're in that state, they're certainly not going to come arrest me because I handed a felon a gun.
Exactly.
They,
But
they'll
they
have no
will
problem.
later on in life go after the politician who drained the bank before he ran, leaving you to fight.
Yep, he's
Because
right.
that's
Yeah.
what's happening in Ukraine right now. They're actually selling public land because they made a rule 2 years ago saying that politicians could sell public land for their own private gain, and it didn't make national news. And then we started paying their politicians, and then I even got more upset. And that's why another shout out to Yankee Stacking, why I had problems with Yankee Stacking, because he supported Ukraine. And I saw this shit coming, and he thought he knew more than I did, and he made a stance, I made a stance, and he was wrong. So I don't visit his channel because he never apologized for being wrong and promoting supporting Ukraine and sending them our money, for which to this day we are still paying their politicians, which, by the way, there is no bigger interference in another government's voting or running of their politics than you paying their politicians' salaries, for which America, you and I, are doing right now for Ukraine.
Yeah, aren't we funding their 401k programs too? So that
Uh-huh. Yeah,
that's
it's called election interference, big time. We are actually paying for that whole government's running.
Yeah, I don't think this president I don't think this president can find his ass with both hands.
I just find a lot of things wrong over there. And I saw it a long time ago. No matter how they try and spin it, there's a lot of things going on that are illegal, and it's costing you and I money.
Well, in my case, it's more affecting my kids. My kids will pay for it down the road. We're getting the beginning of the blast. They're going to get the aftermath.
100% Vegas Stacker.
Yeah, we should take care of our own first, but we tend not to do that.
And I think
Yeah.
80% of Americans of any political party would agree with that, but the politicians don't do what the people want.
That's, the thing about it is, and this is where everyone gets wrong, man. The Constitution is not political. If you try and make it that way and we allow it to be made that way, then changes can be made to it. It's not a document of political anything. It is a document of our rights.
Yep.
The end. It's not to be politicized as it has been. We are actually looking at it all wrong. And another, for example, people looking at things all wrong. I don't know if I'm the only one, and it might be because I was in Europe, but I kind of sort of doubt it. I was at the age, I think 11 or 9, somewhere around then, when I walked down the Social Security Administration with my brother, who was like 13 or something like that. And we signed up, and our parents were not there. We signed up for our Social Security card. Now, you tell me what's legal about a child signing a contract with the government.
And then all these are supposed to be 14 karat gold. I got this in an auction, a jewelry maker, and she had a lot of 14 karat gold items. I bought the whole
right.
bunch.
Is that plated or solid?
It's solid 14.
Nice.
I got a ton of stuff in that gold. I think I paid $1,000, around $1,000 for all of it, and I forget how many. I think I got at that time when gold was lower. I think I got 7,000 in gold out of it. 9 grams.
I think, therefore, I am.
I'm not even halfway through this box. Oh, and I got more boxes. Oh, here's a gold ring. There you go. We got to send that to Constitutional. Get him ready.
Is he getting married or something?
No, I just keep teasing about it.
So you'll sell that for that ring right there. Will you try to retail that, or is that something you'll just sell for scrap and get whatever melt is on it?
Probably, but what I'll probably do, I'm going to see, make sure it's not personalized. If it's personalized, they're hard to sell. 14 karat. Man, dude was pretty good sized guy. I think it would fit my middle finger. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I even forgot that was even in there. So I'll put it in the good stack, and then I probably will see if anybody wants to buy it. Matter of fact, it's customized because it's got the initials of the guy that made it. Wait a minute, let's see. JRK. I don't know. It's probably a fancy jeweler initials. So that probably makes it worth more. I don't know. I'd have to look it up, the 14 karat gold wedding band, men's, and then put the initials in and see who did it. It's in great shape. It looks new. So it's in really good shape. Let me see how much it weighs. One time I went to the flea market and they had the men and the woman set. It was white gold. And I'm assuming people probably thought it was like white. It was sterling silver probably. Well, it was gold. It was 14 karat, both of them. At that time I bought it and went right over to Louisville and flipped it. And I made a ton on that. I think I got the rings for $35 for both of them or something like that. And I turned around and sold them for like $200, I think. So you can what Chef does is mostly with silver. You do the same thing with gold, and man, you can make a lot more quicker with the gold, actually. Naturally, it's worth more. 4 grams.
What do you pay on 14 karat?
I mean, auctions, usually I try to get it in lots and stuff like that.
See, I don't think enough people know about the pricing of it to get into that.
This is 925, made it look like gold.
That and that right there made it look like gold. A lot of people get scammed.
So it's pretty nice. They look like really good gemstones. Could be CZ. I can test them. That goes in my silver stack.
How do you test your diamonds, Nickel, to know if they're a CZ or not?
I got a diamond tester, and it just you put it on there, and it tests the hardness of the stone.
Oh, is that the one that lights up and tells you if it's good or bad?
Yep.
Okay.
What I do, and some of them didn't catch on to it. That's the way it goes. The reason it says with the diamondite, it's based on the hardness, so you can do sapphires and the other, and they go, well, how do you know? Because it's for diamond. I said, well, it's a hardness scale. So basically, it won't test for the diamond because it's not, but if it gets up there close to it, it means it's pretty hard. So it's close to a diamond. That means it's probably sapphire. Now, if the thing doesn't move very much, like one spot, it's probably not a real stone. Or if it is, it's another stone other than diamond, emerald, sapphire, or ruby. You
so
know,
when you put that device on a CZ, how much does it come up? Usually
like none, unless you really push hard. If you want to fool somebody, you can fool them by pushing harder on it. If you're going to be tricky.
And how long have you had your diamond tester, and are you happy with it?
Yeah, it's always done a good job. It like everything, like it runs the battery down it takes a 9-volt and it runs it down pretty quick. And that's another thing. You got to make sure you got a new battery in it, because an older battery, it's not going to perform like it's supposed to. So you could have a diamond and it may not show it because your battery's low. And it doesn't have anything to tell you the battery's low. So you kind of have to every once in a while change it up, put a new 9-volt in it.
I bought one of those cases that holds a bunch of batteries, and it has a battery tester in there. So those are kind of nice. So when you're not using that device, do you keep a battery out of it so battery doesn't leak acid in there, all that kind of good stuff, or wear down?
Well, I use it so often that usually I'm changing the battery quite often. So I don't worry about that happening. It won't be in there long enough. So
then I'm learning all this stuff. So if I'm asking too many questions, just let me know. So of the different manufacturers, are there good ones, bad ones, ones that you trust and ones that you don't trust?
About the only one I know that does that like that one is that company, whatever company that is. So, and generally speaking, if I get another, I'll probably just get the same one that I had. So,
And what do they generally run and cost?
I think around 20.
$20
Yeah.
for a diamond tester?
Yeah.
That's
Really?
why I heard there was several of them that recently were discovered to not work properly.
Oh man, I thought those things were expensive, man. For $20, I think I would go out and get one just so I could test stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's specifically for diamonds per se. That's what they're expecting you to measure, but it goes by the hardness. That's how I test the diamond, so you can figure out if you've got emeralds and stuff. Amazing how many people. Somebody on one of the hosts on JTV asked me about it. I said, "Well, of course, if it goes to yellow, it's not a diamond, but it's pretty daggone hard, and all the main stones are fairly hard. They're just under a diamond."
Mm-hmm.
So almost every light it goes up, you can pretty much say on a hardness scale that's another point. You know.
So what's the name of the device diamond tester that you have, if you don't mind sharing that?
I have to look it up. Wait a minute. I'll put this over here, I guess. I do think that's a real pearl. I'll put that over here. So,
Well, you know how to test pearls with your teeth, right?
yeah, you can do it that way. Yep. If you don't mind, 1,500 people had already touched it before you put it in your mouth, though. It's a Kuti J.
With a K or a C?
CULTJ.
CULTJ?
Yep.
I'm gonna look that up. Diamond tester. And I'm sure you can probably find those on Amazon, right?
Yeah, you can.
Is that
Let's
right?
see if I can get it.
So the ones I see on TV when they're testing stuff, they have like they put it does have a point on the end of it, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You got it covered. There you go. Okay. Positive.
What did I do with those other ones? Oh, I put them over in that stack, didn't I? Yeah. Let me test. I'll tell you if it's CZ right now. Now, when the battery gets weak, it'll go, and you'll know it's weak, really. And it'll stop here in a second.
It's annoying as hell.
There you go. When that second light comes on, then you're ready. And what I do is usually put it on the 2 or 3 margin. It just gives it a little bit. That's what everybody says do, the ones that use these. And then it'll give you a more accurate reading. Plus, if the battery's getting low, that kind of makes up for it too. So it went up 1, so this is probably CZ. So Bill Stone.
So does it start out with the 2 lights on there always like that?
You have to wait till you got to wait till it warms up and does it, then it's set.
Okay. So I imagine the heating element that's inside that device is what chews up that battery.
Yep. That's why we need diamond coated single cell uranium batteries.
Now, sometimes you got to look at these things too. These things are fastened on. I've gotten these that were sterling and gold, but it's not very often you find them. But these are the best ones. If you want a pin and you don't want to lose it, this thing here locks. Did you hear it?
Yep.
So it's like a spring mechanism. It locks it. These are the best ones. And this will keep it from falling off on you or losing it. Let me see. See, now these look like emerald, but I doubt it. Let's test it out. All right.
Should have left the doggone thing on.
No, because that runs battery
Wasted
now.
battery.
See, I always
Okay.
turn it off. And these, let me see what these are. Yeah, now this is a real gemstone. And I think these are gold. I got to look at it. Waiting for the second light to come on. There it is.
Yep.
It is real. It's emerald. It got the yellow, see? So that's a real one. So that's probably going to be gold.
So the
These
first,
prob-
so the first light that comes on that's yellow says that it's an emerald.
Well, it got to yellow, so that means it's a better than normal stone, so you assume it is. Or
Okay.
it's something close to an emerald, but it's a real stone. This one's not. This is CZ because I'll show you.
Yeah, one bar.
It ain't doing nothing. So we know these aren't real, but it could be the metal.
Oh,
Indeed.
did we lose him?
That's because we have him on full screen. He got shy.
Is he hiding?
Yeah, well, you know, he lives out in the boondocks somewhere in the Carolinas or something like that. He loses signal as soon as the satellite goes over the horizon.
I thought he was in Indiana.
I don't know. I was just talking shit.
That's why he's rooting for Caitlin and all that.
Oh, well, if he's in Indiana, then some wild boar ran over his internet connection hooked up to the satellite dish. Yep, that's what happens. It was wild boar. They have a bad problem out there with wild boar in the cornfields.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in getting some of that testing stuff. I never even looked into a price of a diamond tester. I just figured it was a tool that they use. It had to be expensive.
I would definitely check out and do some research on those because I do recall, and I'm not real interested, so I don't. It's not
Yeah.
fresh in my mind, but I do recall that there's a brand out there that was thought to be good that was proven not to work properly or something like that. So do due diligence on the research on whatever company you buy and you know, product review stuff, read up on that and make sure that, you know, it's a sound company, and then you're probably good to go.
Yeah, I'm going to touch on that subject we were talking about a while ago about the XRF machines, those X-ray machines. So I was telling you that the tangible investments, the company I deal with, they just picked up because they hold them to a measured standard now when they sell stuff. So they went out and they found a refurbished one, and it cost them 25 grand. So that's about what they go for. But those things are pretty cool. I see them when they put it up to the metal. It'll tell you how much iron, how much zinc, how much whatever's in there, silver, gold. It tells you everything, how much percentage.
That is interesting. I do know there's machines out there that test the aluminum to that type because there's like 6,000 different alloys of aluminum out there. And there's a machine out there that tests every it, you know, can test aluminum and tell you is it 6042 or, you know, whatever type of aluminum it is.
I'm gonna mute you for a second. My wife's home. I'm gonna open the garage real quick. Hang tight.
Right on. What's up, Chaz? I appreciate that very much, my friend. I take it Tully's live stream has ended. Yeah, I'm not too talkative tonight. I'm sorry about that, guys. If I was in Vegas, though, I would look and do research, go down the library and do research on the local history of the area. I believe somewhere close in those mountain areas, you might find, because there's no rain that's fallen in that area because the trees have been cut down hundreds of years ago, that you might find what used to be streams coming down off the sides of those mountains that'll probably be loaded with gold, my friend. They say on the California side of those mountains down in Southern California, there's still $9 billion worth of gold to be gotten out. That means there's a lot of surface gold. Good metal detector with some forethought and some insight and some research. You could probably make some money. Just a suggestion. And seeing how it's hotter than hell out there, probably no one's tried it. But only the shadow knows. I don't know if I'd even want to consider trying it before I leave California to look for gold. I'll wait till I get back to Alabama. Glad you came, OTG. It's always a better way of life. Cleaner head, clearer head makes for better decision making. And as I always say, life is full of choices and decisions, and they lead us down the path that we have chosen to take through those choices and decisions in whatever scenario. There's always choices, and not that anyone's greater than others, just a statement of fact. If you walk into a city and make a right-hand turn, who the hell knows what would have happened had you made a left-hand turn? You know, it's just a statement of fact. Life's full of choices and decisions, and every choice and decision you make brings alternative outcomes. The only thing we control is a thoughtful decision-making process of the more serious things in life choices that we have to make. And the rest of it's just hit and miss because everyone else also has life choices.
All right, Neil, I'm back.
Right on. I thought you were in Alabama, Homestead. Because I'm pretty much never going up to Alaska. It's too fucking cold even in the summertime. I'm turning into a snake in my old age and liking the warmth more than I like the cold. I foresee myself in front of fireplaces in winter times. That's better, Homestead. Alabama. Yeah, I'll come visit you when I get down there for sure.
What part of Alabama? Are you a Auburn or a Roll Tide? Hey Neil, after we jump off, let's hang out in the back room for a little bit. I got a funny story I'm going to share with you.
Right on.
But I can't say it online yet because I haven't pulled it off yet. I don't want the person I'm doing it to find out.
Right on. Yeah, I'll wait. Like I said, I'll wait till I get down to Alabama before I look for gold, because it's the gold capital of America, east of the Mississippi, and actually, it's probably easier pickings because not too many people have looked for gold in Alabama. So it's more likely, and you get that rare spot that you think from your research might be good, that it'll pay off. Because out here in California, there's a lot of people who have been looking for gold for quite some time. So, they've already picked out the normal thought process of where to find gold at. That's where I came up with thinking about, well, and anyone can come out here and try it when you come out here. 150 years ago, California got an average of 36 to 40 inches of rain every year. We get 10 to 11 inches now because they cut down a lot of the trees. So for the past 150 years, where gold and water used to run, water has not run because it has not come out of the sky. That does not mean the gold disappeared. What it means is for 150 years, no one's looked there because everyone looks to where there's water and, 50 yards close enough but far enough away from water. They don't look at the dry creeks and streams that have dried up for 150 years because, well, the amount of precipitation in that state dropped by 75%. So obviously, you're not going to have streams going down where there were because you have 1 to 3/4 less water. So quite a few streams have dried up. They have gold just sitting in them. No one's looked at. But the streams that have water coming out, they constantly getting picked over out here. So it's a perspective. If you are looking for gold, think outside the box because everyone's looking for gold, except for on the East Coast because everyone looks to California. It's a mindset they've installed in us. California's a gold state. California's a gold state. California's a gold state. Okay, yeah. Friend of mine, Jake's Custom Parts, watches this guy on Lake Superior, on the beach of Lake Superior, and he gets gold on this out of the sand of Lake Superior up in Michigan on the beach. He's getting gold. And I'm like, it's everywhere, people. The sluicing technology we have nowadays has never in history been used or invented because the technology wasn't there. We can capture the angel gold or the fine gold now that has never in history before been able to been captured. And it's everywhere. You can get a gram or two a day out of any running stream, pretty much.
Hey, Neil, did I talk to you about helping me out tomorrow at 10 o'clock on Surfer's channel about modding?
I could do that.
I talked to Thule in My Silver Journey. My Silver Journey is going to be driving, but he said he would get in and help where he could. But his stuff goes pretty smooth. We get 1 or 2 in there, but not too bad.
It depends on a day type thing because, like yesterday, I think it was. It might have been earlier today. I don't know.
Tomorrow should be an interesting show. He's going to ask him some new, fresh questions, and he's also going to talk to him about the election.
Oh, Andy, you mean? Andy,
yeah, I meant the debate, not the election. Duh.
Yeah, Jake should be there too because Andy's going to be there.
Yeah, I didn't reach out to Jake because I know we had an issue with the stuff I sent out, so I gotta fix that. I just haven't had time.
Oh, it hasn't been. It was on his live stream 3 days ago. Jake was.
Oh, was he? Yeah. If you chat with him, you want to send him a quick text if he wants to jump in at 10.
No, he will be there because Andy's going to be there. Is it live?
Yeah, I'll make sure I get something to him. I'll take something out of my own stack to hook him up.
Is it a live stream with Andy Schreckman or pre-tape?
Yep. Nope,
it's live.
No,
well, then Jake's going to be there if it's live.
Okay. Yeah, because Andy, he's done so well with Surfer's channel, and their thing gets a lot of views. In fact, I think Andy uses all of Surfer's videos. If you go to his library or whatever, it's most of those are all with Surfer.
Right on.
So those two are getting along pretty good. I know he does a lot of stuff with Silver Slayer, but Silver Slayer works for him. So this is a little bit of bias there, not too much. It's a fresh perspective.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm probably not going to the hall tomorrow anyhow.
Yeah. Try again. He says Vegas stackers. I highly recommend taking a look at the $10 tokens offer melt because they are hard to sell. Many are smelted when silver spikes. I know the centerpiece of those tokens is silver. I have 4 or 5 of them myself. So I know it's 0.6 ounces in the middle, from what I understand.
I have no idea. As far as Vegas stacker, in his statement here, let me highlight it. Silver pumper. Well, it's like
Ron's basement is a silver pumper. If you want to,
yeah. See, Andy's in the business of it.
That's he's in the business. Yeah, he owns Miles Franklin, so
it's his company sells a lot of the silver and gold and platinum people buy.
Yeah, Yeah.
So
He has,
that's a difference right there. Yeah, like OC said, Ron's Basement. He's a silver pusher because
Yeah.
he doesn't own the company, and he's just highlighting his own company, and he's also demonstrating to investors his knowledge of the field that his company is in case they look to invest in his company. So so it's a dual-edged sword what he's doing if you really look at it. And
no, Andy, what's great about Andy is he all the stuff that I watch him, and of course I do all the shows for Surfer because I'm on for him, but he never touts his company whatsoever, ever. His knowledge of what's going on in the economic forum is great to tap into and understand his perspective of it. Because if you research what he talks about, you find that you go find enough articles that he knows what he's talking about. So I consider him a trusted source when I want real information about what's going on and where it's going and where it's going as well. So yeah, Ron's. I like Ron. I got nothing against him. I think he's a great guy. He's very entertaining. I love
yeah,
his little quirkiness and all that stuff. I try to chime in maybe once a week and try to catch most of a show, or whatever. But there's so much stuff out there.
yeah.
That's happened. You got Two is One. You got what's a SSS? Silver. What's that guy's name that does he just did a big giveaway not too long ago. He had like
Uh,
100,000 subscribers.
Hey, what's up, Pete? I have no clue. There are so many people out there. I know I quit modding for rods for reasons of my own, and for those same reasons, I
Well, that's
actually
right.
no longer subscribe.
Yeah, and then you got that guy that went on Surfer's show, Ted Speaks.
Yeah,
That was another that was another nightmare. He's I don't know if you remember or not, or even know the story, but remember when everybody was freaking out around April Fool's Day when they were talking about those chips inside the Type 2 Eagles and all that crap? That broke on Surfer's channel with Ted going running shotgun on his channel, and Surfer couldn't shut him up. So that's how that whole thing started. Are you gonna pass around some more of those for the rest of us?
it's a Sprite, bro. I don't drink. For everyone who knows, I quit drinking in 1996.
Yeah, I quit drinking. I dude, 6 weeks after I sold my dealership, I was so happy. I used to drink almost every day, and now I just drink socially. If someone wants to have something, or if we're celebrating something, I'll have a drink or two. But yeah, I get you. Is Vegas Stacker joining us?
I'm trying to. Is it working?
I can hear you. You're just got a blank screen like I have now. Now I can see your desktop. It looks like.
My mess.
Oh no! You want to see a mess, brother? I'll take my camera thing off and I'll show you my workbench. There isn't a spot to be had.
I was trying to figure it out, see if I could zoom in and get rid of all the mess, but I'll just go with this for now. How's everybody doing today?
You're
Pretty
doing good,
good.
brother. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. No complaints.
But my first time chatting with you, and I just recently saw your Vegas Stacker in a few chats. So I've been you're new to me as far as being in the community. I don't know if you've been in for a long time or not.
No, I've only been in for about 2 months. Going on 3 months maybe. So I thought I'd appreciate you guys letting me jump in here and join you guys. We've been talking. I've been chatting in the chat, so I figured, hey, I might as well try and join in and be able to talk instead of type and type and type.
That's one
That's
thing I
why-
like about Neil. If you want to come up and chat with us, he leaves that avenue open for us because I get tired of typing in chat. I'm 60 years old. Typing is kind of I'm not
You
fast
can
like everybody else.
articulate your point better vocally.
There you go.
That
Exactly.
too. Text messages are always misread along with chat messages.
There you go.
There's too much left in the interpretation of the reader.
Exactly. And I put everything in caps so I can see it better, but a lot of people think I'm screaming at them. But
I always cover my ears when I read what you say.
you're probably not the only. You're probably not the only one, brother. So Vegas Stacker, are you new to YouTube with stacking, or have you been stacking for quite a few years? What's your quick 411 about you?
So I've only been stacking since like January. My brother got me into it, and I've been going with that. YouTube, I've only been like since April, I believe. So my brother got me into the whole stacking thing, so I tuned into YouTube, and then I saw it. I'm like, well, shit, I could do videos about this. Let me give it a shot. Maybe I get monetized, and it can support my silver habit. So we'll see what happens with it.
That's
There
the
you go.
end game for everybody.
Pretty much.
Support
How long-
the silver buying habit.
How long's your brother been stacking?
I think he started in maybe like October or something, November, or September or October.
Okay.
So not too long either, but we're both new to it, so
Very
figuring
cool.
it all out and learning as we go.
Yeah, there is definitely a learning curve on how to buy it. Don't start out with collectibles. Do you have any questions for us? I've been stacking since 1970.
Holy shit, that's a big stack you got there then.
Well, it was off and on through years, and getting married, didn't do it for years. Had kids, didn't do it for years. So in and out, but yeah, constantly keeping an eye on it.
I don't have too many questions. I'm just trying to figure it out and learn as I go and make mistakes and learn from mistakes, which is all you can really do, I believe.
Are you buying more generic than or constitutional silver, or are you buying like Eagles or Maples, like sovereign coins? Do you have a preference?
I've been trying to get away from like the higher premium stuff and try and like, it's a bad addiction, You know how it goes. I was trying to stack at one point. I was trying to stack like more bars and stuff, but then I come across stuff like the limited edition shit, and I end up buying that stuff instead. So I'm trying to set goals and stack so much generic rounds and bars, and then stack a little bit of stuff I want to look at as well.
There you go. My 2 cents, if you wanted, I would say get your weight first, and then get into your sovereigns, and then do collectibles, but do it at a. I find it very hard to spend $100 on an ounce of silver because it looks like Batman.
I totally agree with that one.
Me
Yeah,
personally.
I mean, I made mistakes and I bought 2 tubes of these Eagles. This was my first purchase, and it says their first 30, so it's supposed to be their first 30 days of whatever, but I jumped on that and then I'm like, why am I buying this? Then I got into Buffaloes a little bit, and then Kookaburras were cool to look at, so I got Kookaburras, and then, I see stuff that I like, so I try and snag it and
Yeah, that's
pay a little higher premium sometimes, but live and learn.
Yeah, there you go. I forget the name of that bar that you just held up. That was featured on Yankee a few months back. The ladies.
This one, the Una and the Lion.
There you go, Una and the Lion. Yeah.
They were on SD Bullion, and they said they were going to have it a limited mintage, depending on supply, and then I think, or depending on demand, and then I think the demand went up, so I think they made more, which was sort of annoying.
If it didn't come with a COA and a number on it, it's worth
Yeah.
the first one is the last one.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I like these. I got the Roaring Lion series. These actually have the serial number on them, so that's cool.
Very cool.
So I'm trying to steer away from the high premium stuff and go with bullion for a little bit, but then I see, stuff that I want to look at. So I'll pay an extra $1 or $2 an ounce to have something I'd rather look at.
It all comes down to it's your personal stack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keyword is personal.
So
are you happy with it?
Yeah, in Vegas,
what the rest of people think about it.
Yeah. In
if
Vegas,
you have silver, you're better off than not having silver.
I like to say I always like to buy what makes me smile. So, if I have a little bit, if I don't have that much to throw at silver, I'll pick up some cheap rounds or, some cheap bars. But if I got a little extra and there's something cool I want to look at, and then I pick that up. I like to keep track of everything so that I can know what my dollar cost average is and go from there.
Yeah,
Right on.
sounds like you're doing the right thing. So in Vegas, do you here in California, we had to buy a minimum of $2,000 not to pay tax. In Vegas, I assume that you guys don't have to worry about that. You can go in there buy 1 ounce or 200, doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no tax. According to one of the coin shops I went to, you get taxed on coins. So I don't know how the heck that works, but they said like if it's worth more than 5 times the value that's printed on it. So say like if you buy $1 coin and it's worth more than $5, they charge tax on it. But the other coin shops I've been to in the area say that's not true. For the most part, if I buy online, they don't charge tax. But I just noticed on Bold Precious Metal, they charge tax on coins. So I'm not real sure the whole who's telling me the truth and who's lying.
Well, like I said, I know California 'cause I live here. So what you can do, you can Google that at any time and find out if there is taxes on bullion in your state. It'll tell you. And I've never heard of that tax ever in my life that you just said. So it sounds to me like that coin dealer might be trying to squeeze a little extra premium out of you.
Yeah, I tried to look it up and it was like confused, a little bit confusing to me. But with Bold Precious Metals, I tried, and for the coins I was going to buy, they were going to charge a tax. And just the bullion I was going to buy, they weren't going to charge tax. So that coin shop might be correct. And the other coin shops might just say there is no tax and mark up a premium and take care of the tax. I don't know.
So define coins for me. Are you talking about eagles and maples versus constitutional? Like our
Well,
quarters,
like
50 cents, and dimes?
Well, like even no, like anything, like even this, since it says $10 on it, it would be a coin, so that they would charge tax on it.
That's it. Well, you know who will know. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call whoever bullion dealer you're dealing with, and they'll just tell you straight up if it's taxed or not. So those are then you'll know those are the ones to avoid.
Yeah, I do. For the most part, I've done all. For the most part, it's been all online ordering anyway. For now.
Yeah, and they're very knowledgeable in every state because I can't call them up and say, "Hey, I want to buy a tube of Eagles for $650," and then they're going to tack on $14-15 of tax to me. So
Right.
I refuse to pay tax or premiums on my bullion.
Yeah, I 100% agree. There's the coin shops for me. They're like probably about a half hour each way, so I don't really make it to them too often. It's just easier just to go online and spend the $200 or $300 to get the free shipping, and I don't have to leave the house and go out in 110-degree heat.
I can definitely understand that perfectly clear. Do you ever? I know Vegas has a few coin shows. Do you ever go to the coin shows at all?
I will. I'm gonna go to one this month. I'm sorry, in July. Is it July yet? Not July yet. I'm gonna go to one in July and check it out. It'll be my first one, so I'm interested to see what it's gonna be like.
Which hotel is it at?
Tuscany, which is like just off the strip, just east of the strip.
Yeah, I'm trying to east.
So like
Okay.
it would be like the east would be like the side that Sahara and Flamingo and all those hotels are on.
So I call that Old Vegas. So it's after New Vegas. Now I'm in California, so when I go to Vegas, all the new hotels are heading towards us, and all the old ones are farther in.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be away from California. It would be like it's almost behind like Flamingo and Harris. It's like that direction.
Yep.
Like maybe a mile or two off the strip.
Yeah, my wife's parents lived in Vegas for a couple years, so get to know it pretty well.
It's not a bad town from time to time. It's getting
How long have you
built
been?
up and getting retarded though, so
I hated Vegas when I was there.
it's not so bad. There's worse places.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Vegas?
I've been in Vegas about 18 years.
Okay,
So
nice. You employed at one of the hotels?
yeah.
I don't want to get too personal with you. I figure that's a general question. That could be
No.
That could be anything from a dealer to a chef to part owner.
Yeah, you can ask me whatever you want. I have no problem answering questions.
No
Yeah,
worries.
I work on the strip in one of the hotels.
There you go. So
It's
married, kids, anything?
married, no kids, no plan on kids. We have 2 dogs, and that's enough.
There you go. And been married for a while?
What year is it? 2020. About going on 5 years.
Look at you. She must be in the other room.
No, she's at work. She knows too. Hell, she doesn't know the answer to that question half the time either. So that's why I married her.
There you go. 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, that's right. Ask Vegas if he went to the spot on Eastern.
Yes.
The one on Eastern, if that's the one I'm thinking of, it was a lot of like collectibles. Like they had Coke signs and like nonsense in there. They had some coins in there, but I wasn't really a big fan of it.
He says something
Harmon
hard.
ad.
Oh, choo-choo.
I'm not sure about Harmon there if there's one on Harmon. If it's Eastern and Harmon, I haven't been to that one. How long have you been in California then?
Who, me or Neil? We're both in California.
Oh, you both are?
Yeah.
Either one. Whoever wants to answer that question.
Go ahead, Neil. You go first, Neil.
Since '96.
All right.
Born and raised.
Okay, nice.
Started in Long Beach and ended up in Orange County. Hence the OC stacker.
Yeah.
It gets confused with a lot with Florida, though, with people.
Neil, you didn't spend much time in Vegas, I take it?
No. It's the vibe there. Nothing. I was there the weekend that they also were finishing up for the Grand Prix thing, and there was roads were cut off and walk paths were cut off. It was just all hectic, and I just did not like it. It wasn't my I don't like being in big cities.
I don't blame you. It gets a little annoying from time to time. And that Grand Prix did mess up a lot of stuff. That's for sure. They're trying to get away from it now already.
Yeah, it's because an iron worker was killed setting up the stage in front of the Bellagio.
Oh, that's
It
right.
was just a lot of the little casinos and everything, they took a hit, and a lot of the local businesses took a hit, and they weren't really impressed with the numbers that got back to them. So we'll see how long they keep it.
Yeah, I don't. If they have something like on the outskirts, or in the outskirts of it, to where it doesn't interfere with what you go to Vegas for, I think it'd be more successful.
I agree 100%. They tried to take the Vegas hype and have it on the strip and everything, which I get it, but it's too much of a mess for everybody else too.
Very much so.
So, hey, is your brother in Vegas with you?
No, my family's all in the Midwest.
Okay.
I'm the only one that got away from. I grew up in Indiana, and they're still there, so I got away from there finally.
Well, there you go. That's where that's where Nichols from, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like I saw his name on there, so yeah.
So, how did your brother influence you from Indiana or the Midwest out in Vegas to start stacking? Did he show you what he was doing, or did you guys just chat about it?
We were talking about it. He showed me like what he was picking up and stuff, and he's he's like a semi prepper. So he got to talking, you might need it and this and that, and I started looking at it. I was like, well, hell, it's a cool way to save money rather than stick it in a slot machine or go spend it on a new car or a new watch or this or that. So, it's sort of like a savings plan for me, which is what he said too. So I got to looking into it, and I thought he had a good thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Kudos to him. He's definitely steering his brother in the right direction. So he's good looking out.
I sent him one of these bars as a thank you.
Guessing he's older.
Yeah, he'll be 50 this year, and I'm in my mid 40s.
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
So yeah,
That's very cool. I like to hear stories like that. That's what's
I'm
nice about
enjoying
this.
it so far. It's a work in progress. Like I said, I'm learning and figuring out what to buy and what not to buy and having fun with it for the most part. And that's what I think is important.
Yeah, you'll find out when
Indeed.
you have you'll find out when you have the disease that you drive by Starbucks and you think, okay, do I get a mocha or do I go get a half ounce of silver?
Yeah, I've already found myself thinking that way. Out to dinner one night with my wife and her friends for one of her friends' birthday, and they're gambling, and I'm like, I used to gamble with them, and now I'm just like, you know what? Why am I going to spend a couple $100 gambling? I could go buy some silver tomorrow instead.
I love it. That's a great story.
So it's been cool in that aspect, and like I said, I'm enjoying it, and it makes me smile, and it's cool to have some little bit of wealth in front of you for once.
Yeah, and you'll find if the more you go into more chats, the more people do like what Neil does. I do not have a channel. I pop into people that I'm friends with basically. But it's a great community. They do some really awesome fundraisers. They help the Wounded Warrior Project, St. Jude's. A guy named SGT just did a deal for a basically a dog rescue that trains dogs for vets with PTSD.
Yeah, I
So
saw that. I saw that the little fundraiser thing they were having.
yeah,
It is a great community. There's a lot of people that have been helping me out. A lot of people giving advice, and a lot of people sending subscribers to my channel, which I greatly appreciate. It is a real cool community and real nice people out there. You're absolutely right.
yeah. So yeah, very cool. And my only advice when I talk to people, I just met you tonight, but hey, just do you and don't try to be something that you're not. Or if you don't know something, you know, feel free to say, hey, you know what, I don't know, I can figure it out or whatever. But I find like with Neil, he's always and Nickel too. They're forthright with their feelings and they don't sugarcoat how they feel about things. So
Yep, well
I,
said. Well said. Absolutely.
I appreciate that stuff. So I will definitely subscribe to your channel. What is it? Do you want to talk about silver and gold? Are you going to talk about your journey just starting out? What's your plan for the channel?
I'm trying to figure out what people want to see and what I like to do on the channel too. I sort of started it a little late. I uh I had freaking silver packages coming in every couple days, and I should have started it then and done more unboxing and showing stuff. But I'm trying to figure out what I like to do and what people like to see. Like, I was trying to go by like what I like to watch, and some of the stuff I started off was like doing the charts and news articles and stuff, but I think I'm trying to get away from that a little bit more and show some more silver and talk about some other stuff. Trying
Nice.
to figure it. It's a work in progress, and I'm trying to find out what I like and what other people like as well. I'm doing
That's
it for
awesome.
me and for the subscribers too. So you got to find that happy medium in there.
There you go. So what kind of dogs do you guys have?
We got two pit bulls.
Oh, nice. Any blues?
One blue and one red.
Nice. That was a lucky guess, huh?
Blues are popular.
Yeah, my oh yeah, there you go. Well, I see one of them.
The other one, who knows? I don't know where he's at. He's probably laying on the bed.
Dude, are you sitting at an old blackjack table or something like that?
It's a poker table.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I see the pad on the edge and the cup holder. So I was just putting two
Yeah,
and two
it's a
together.
an old poker table I had. So I was like, you know what? That'd be perfect. It's hard to see, but like in my it's hard to see, but like the layout has hearts, diamonds, and clubs and spades. But so I thought that would show up in the videos more, which it doesn't really. But hey, it works.
Yeah, if we could zoom in a little bit better, I mean, I can see the shapes that you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know how to zoom in with this stuff yet. Still trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, talking about your pit bulls. My neighbor around the corner, he walks. I live on top of a hill in a cul-de-sac, so a lot of people that live here just come up to our cul-de-sac and walk around. It's a nice looping point for people that do night walks. And he always walks. He just about a month ago started bringing a blue pit, I mean, he stopped 2 days ago. We were sitting out there chatting, and it's a 7-month-old, so he's still training it. But the thing is super sweet.
Yeah, they get a bad rep, which is disappointing, but
Yeah,
they're awesome. They're awesome dogs.
They are, and very loyal too.
Oh, 100%. That's for sure. I can leave the house and I know my wife is safe with them. So it's cool.
That's very nice.
So what are your thoughts on like what's going to happen this year with the election and everything since you've been stacking for decades? No offense.
No, none taken, brother. I take it as a compliment. You know, it's I'm glad. I went to a birthday party. And I won a coin book. Playing pin the tail on the donkey, and I've been since about a week after I did that. We went to a coin store with my dad, and my uncle and myself got the bug and started from there. So, what do I? It's for me. It's very. I mean, there's no telltale sign what I think or what I know will go on. What I think will happen. I think we've been played for a long time. I think what happened in the debate opened Pandora's box, so to speak, and the fact that I think the media is shocked that Biden's been acting this way. But if you halfway pay attention to the news, he's been acting this way for a couple of years. He's an idiot, you know. And I don't mean that. Let me rephrase that. He's not fit to run our country. The day that he put that stupid scarf around his neck, and him and Pelosi and all those people took a knee for something. I can't remember what it was for, but that day I just lost all respect for him because I'll kneel before no man but God, and I'll just leave it at that. So,
right on.
When people do that kind of stuff, it just drives me crazy. I think that they're going to come out. I've been sent 2 articles by people saying that they think that Biden might resign as early as tomorrow morning. If that happens, I think that's going to open up just an entire can of worms, and I think they use this debate to set him up to say, "Hey, look, dude, about Cowtown, we need to go in a different direction because you're not going to beat Trump. He's what 32%, 31, 33, whatever the percentage, and in electability." And the debate, I think, just put the last nail in the coffin for him. What's going to happen now could be any number of things. We could have a black swan event, and they could declare martial law, and they could forego the elections. They could put a bullet in either one of them, and could cause a problem. I don't know what that answer is, brother. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get a swine flu or a C-19 or whatever. Something's going to come up where there's going to be a black swan.
There's a lot of things I know. One is we'll find out. 2 is it's getting late, and I've got to end this because I need to be getting to bed. And 3 is what the hell? I forgot about 3 after I said 1. So you're lucky you got 2 out of me.
You got a mod at 10 o'clock with me on Surface Channel.
That's why I need to go now so I can get my beauty sleep. If you ever see my picture, you'll realize I need a bunch of that.
Hey, Vegas Sector, jump into Stacking Surface Channel tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We're doing a live with Andy Scheckman.
Okay, I'll try and wake up early enough. I appreciate you guys letting me jump in on this and getting to know you guys. Greatly appreciate the community and everything.
No worries.
Not a problem.
I'll be saying hello in the chats to you, brother.
All righty, thanks guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Take care,
Take
Neil.
care, Pete. All right, I'm going to end this live stream, guys. Thank you all for showing up. Like, share, subscribe, be kind, helpful, and grateful. Buy silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. Have a good evening. Later on.
Take care, everybody.